Alrighty, everybody. Good morning. How we doing today? It is the finals. Bandit, what you doing, silly? Start, congratulations on first. I hope you're doing well today. Hopefully you got some reprieve and some sleep. Nika, congratulations on last. It is cold in the house, and I love it. All right, we got readies, and we're gonna get going into map number 1 here in a second. We're talking about who's wearing pants in the lobby. What's up, Moodier? What's up, Callie? How you guys doing? Alrighty, everybody. We are here in our grand finals day, as we are here in the lower bracket final of the Murky Cup. On the left-hand side, it's going to be the members of Goon Platoon. On the right side is Clawy Kittens, and we are heading into Infernal Shrines for map number 1. Meta Madness style of draft, all that good stuff. You got bounties as well. How are we all doing today? What's up, Hampick? I'm gonna go with Hampick. For ease on that one. But good morning, good morning. We've got ourselves one best of 5 and one best of 7. So we'll be jumping on into all of that. Infernal Shrines will be the map number 1 for this. I'm just making sure my audio did trigger. We're good. Streams are live. We're ready to go. We got ads out of the way, all that good stuff. And we have prediction ready to rock and roll. So Garrosh will be removed here at the beginning. We'll get rid of a Brightwing as well from Goon Platoon. Clawly Kitten's getting rid of that Garrosh. Curious to see what the priority early game is going to be for Infernal Shrines, because obviously things like Ghoul-Dan, Wave Clear are really, really strong, being able to get that Double Soak and Fell Flame stacked up easily, which is also a phenomenal way to just easily clear out the objective, grabbing all the Skeletal Defenders really quickly. So we have been seeing a lot of early Ghoul-Dan on this map. Blaze is a hot priority early on. Hogger is up and available, and this is a pretty good map for Hogger. Dahaka's also up. There's so much to consider here for this map number 1, lower bracket final. Let's see, though. What do we end up getting, though, for our first pick? Will it be just the early Blaze? It's just a solid solo lane. You got Bunker for safety. There's a lot of utility and tools with Blaze, so why not grab them and lock in a solid solo lane? But speaking of locking in a solo lane, we got a Hogger and a Hanzo. The Hanzo probably going to be having your Explosive Arrow. You'll see Piercing Arrow at 16 for the double explosion for easier clear on shrines. You also have the Explosive Arrow for Wave Clear as well, level 4, which is really nice. What's up, Spray and Wish? How you doing, bud? Welcome on in, everybody.
Victory for the Forsaken.
The Malfurion control is really nice. The Sylvanas Siege is really great as well. Her Wave Clear mobility is great. I feel like we could see Clawly Kittens go for a Stitches early on. I know Stitches on this map, it's not like you can't run him. The Skeletal Defenders can be a nuisance to try and land a good hook. You also have Hog Wild and Natural Agility from Hanzo, so maybe you don't really want the Stitches, but I could definitely see that being an avenue, or it could just be like a Diablo. I could definitely see a Diablo with the Malfurion, Shadow Charge into Overpower with Root underneath. I just think there should be some sort of tank that can play into this. Like, I wouldn't want to see like a Mal'Ganis or like a Muradin either. A Nubrak I could see as well, being pretty strong for this. So just, I think, I'm also a little excited because I'd like to see a Stitches. We haven't seen much Stitches play in this tournament, so... What kind of game is this? The one that I'm casting? This is a MOBA, like League of Legends or Dota. But this is made by Blizzard, and it utilizes the characters from the Blizzard universes. Hogger being from Warcraft, Blaze from StarCraft, Sylvanas, Malfurion from Warcraft as well. A lot of Warcraft characters. There was a point where we just got a lot of Warcraft releases. Hanzo being from Overwatch. You also have things like, at the top of the, Tyrael from Diablo, Johanna from Diablo as well. But we're going to be diving in further as we get through the latter half of the bans. This is going to be a Maiev and Muradin to be picked up for the members of Goon Platoon. Last two picks on the right-hand side. As I said, I'd like to see the Stitches. I think it can work. I think Diablo could be strong as well, but I don't know if you really want Diablo into the Muradin Maiev. A lot of control coming out from them. I could definitely see the hooks from Stitches helping out, but there's Vault of the Wardens, there's Dwarf Toss, so... The Mei I actually like, because you can layer her Blizzard and the Malfurion Root as well. Falstad's just a solid auto attacker. You get the global. I'm assuming it's going to be auto build for him. This will be in the double soak, helping out clear waves. You've never heard of this? Here's the Storm's been out since 2014, if I remember correctly. Something like that. It sounds about right as I say it. Maybe Alpha was 2014, but yeah, 2014, 2015 is when it came out. And obviously it's been going since. Lucio in the house for the last pick on the left-hand side for Goon Platoon. Also, Here's a Storm is free to play, so that's the other thing to consider as well. Mr. Bandit, please don't leak your pause. Alright, well, we got a pretty good draft for Infernal Shrines map number 1. Let's go ahead and dive on into the game. Get your predictions in. Alright, we've landed into Infernal Shrines, map number 1 of this best of 5 series in the lower bracket final. Winner obviously going into the grand finals, loser taking 3rd place in the tournament and whatever bounties they've achieved, as we do have Hogger on the left-hand side, played by Ubi for the side of Goon Platoon, Basilio on the Lucio, Marinas on your Hanzo, Krankle Muradin, and a Holpaka Maiev. Right side will be the Clawy Kittens with your High Wraith Blaze, Wit May, Ultralisk Falstad, Scorch Malfurion, and Disciple on the Sylvanas. Do I have my teams incorrect? I think I do, actually. I think I might have these teams backwards here. Krankle is on the Clawy Kittens. Chat did not correct me. So your predictions are actually backwards. I do apologize. Let me fix the team names right now. I didn't realize they swapped sides on us here. And then for, give me 1 second, chat. I apologize. I know we're missing the beginning of this. Alright, sorry about that. It's a little technical issue at the beginning. My apologies for missing that one. But we are going to be seeing the Clawykins on the left side and Goon Platoon on the left. I did delete the gamble and remade it so that way everything is correct, so that way no one gets juiced. So do get your gambles in again. I do apologize for that one. But let's go ahead and dive on in, as we did talk about the two sides. As I mentioned, Clawykins on the left, Goon Platoon on the right. I was looking, I was like, wait a minute, Krankle should be on the right side, not on the left, but either way. Let's go ahead and continue into this as Haunting Wave from Disciple will allow them to jump to the right side of this mid lane wave. We do have your Hogger in the top lane to clear things out. Level 1's looking at pretty standard stuff. You do have your target practice with the Hunt, so no simple geometry, which we sometimes do see on this map. It is going to be Wit on this point, who is going to be subbing in for Negrom for the side of Goon Platoon. This is going to be the Umbrebind pulling. As another Blizzard does go down, and Wit will be able to grab this camp. Third win for Murden, actually, is one of the things I wanted to talk about really quickly. Just a little bit more sustainability for him, as Falstad Ultralisk will be utilizing Flight to head to top lane a little bit faster. Umbrebind onto Scorch here, who's trying to back away from the Hanzo. And is not going to be able to do so. First blood going over to the side of Clawy Kittens. Nicely done. So Falstad waiting for the wave to approach gate so he can start getting some siege onto this. First Punisher's going to be frozen in the mid lane. And this will be Blaze over on the right-hand side working on this camp as well. On the left-hand side of this camp is just looking to harass a little bit. I don't think he's going to be invading. Little sound wave into the bush to check, and yeah, Blaze will be able to grab this. May in the mid lane with a little icing forward. Krankle being pushed to the side. A few auto attacks from Sylvanas will be connecting here, and we're going to go ahead and actually lock ourselves onto Sylvanas Vision, so we can easily see who she's got marks on too. Alright, we got odds on the gamble. Thank you so very much. Sorry about the juke at the beginning. Wit getting chunked a little bit. He's going to be able to back away, push off from Lucio into Disciple, but it's going to be Lucio a little bit low. Vasilio needs to go tap well, and our first objective is ready for contest. 40 skeleton defenders needed. Wit avoids the Stormbolt. There's going to be a different propulsion coming in from the Blaze as well. So full morning of technical issues. Little lag spikes here and there on my end as Holpak is able to back away on the Spy with about 25% health. High rate. Looking to disengage on the right-hand side. Hanzo uses natural agility, avoids the Root of Scorch with that Emerald. Dreams level 1. Disciple is going to be able to chase in. And that'll be a kill over to the right-hand side of Goon Platoon. Fan and Knives getting resets off of the multiple heroes. Hit Hobaka, Spirit of Vengeance forward. Any teleport activation. Looks like yes with that Sudden Vengeance. Level 4, Bonds of Corruption, level 7, as we do have Lucio with the push-off taking down Sylvanas. High Rave, the Pyromania active is going to expire in a moment, and Opaka will not be taken down by the Twin Flames. We got 35 to 19 in defenders. As your first Punisher will be maneuvering in through mid lane in favor of Clawy Kittens. Scatter going out, Staggering Blow missing. Loot Horde was down there as well as Murden jumps into the lane for the Globe and the experience. Punisher going to start bashing into the fort gate. Falstad's already headed to the top. It looks like Maiev is going to be heading into the bottom lane. Hogger also matching that Falstad, but Sylvanas able to make a big play into the Murden and get the kill during the siege. So our next Punisher is going to be about 7.5 minutes into the game. So we'll see at like 7 minutes, 9 seconds, I think is going to be where our next announcement is. So until then, it's going to be the rush for level 10. We'll go ahead and cycle through the other numbers as well. Hanzo is actually at 4 stacks out of the 5 already. My gosh. And let's take a look here really quickly. I just want to see, he needs to hit Falstad once to be able to get the last stack. And Falstad currently chilling in top lane. So maybe we'll see that hit if we get a 5-man team fight. But right now it seems that Falstad is going to be playing into Ubi. As Ultralisk is a little bit low here, trying to avoid the easy throw dynamite. And Ubi continues to get some great siege in top lane. Sylvanas haunting wave in bottom lane, able to back away for the time being as Hanzo chases in with the natural agility, but won't be able to get the Stormbow hit. We do have the takedown onto Malfurion from Maiev, and that'll be a 3rd kill to the members of Clawy Kittens. Maybe a collapse onto Ubi in top lane from High Wraith and Ultralisk. Doesn't seem like it, okay. We'll have our 10 Talonteers coming up in just a moment. Maiev is doing her best to clear things out in bottom lane. The next Punisher will be Mortar in the top, and as I mentioned, around 7 minutes for the announcement of that Punisher Disciple Haunting Wave back, and is going to be able to get the teleport trigger as well. Portapult, Containment Disc, Dragon's Arrow, High Five, and the assumed avatar for Crankle. No Porky in this game, so no Haymaker to be expected. Icing from Mei, expecting Malfurion or Muradin to jump in. Malfurion did have a root down on the ground as well. Jet Propulsion finds its flank hit into this Muradin. And there was a mind control from Sylvanas going out, but I believe it misses. We also do have the Hinterland's Blast for Falstad, which is going to be a bounty attempt. We do have those Stormbolt landing into Malfurion. They'll be taken down. Falstad flying in as well. Looking for the potential kill onto Holpaka. And that is going to be Disciple with the double kill for the team. Yo, what's up, Freaky? Good morning. Hinterlands gets the snipe. Hinterland's snipe from Ultralisk. Nicely done. As Augur is going to be able to push things up in top lane. Ice Wall for the Mei, Bunker, Tranquility, and the Mind Controls we mentioned as well. And that next top lane Punisher is going to be announced in literal seconds. Paler Camp from mid lane is going to be crashing onto the gate. That'll be cleared out by Ubi here, but still going to be able to get a little bit of siege from that. Possible collapse onto Hanzo in bottom lane. Haunting Wave forces the recall to be canceled. And Disciple's not going to be stepping up for that. Okay. Blaze, meanwhile, is grabbing the right side Bruiser Camp. Muradin working on the left side. Yo, what's up, Killer? How you doing, bud? I gotta say, like, Hinterlands is a bounty pickup, so, you know, that's the reason we're seeing it, but Gust wins games, but there's been some really good Hinterlands moments in this tournament. Muradin is going to try and Dwarf Toss away. He's going to get hit with the Mind Control. He was also rooted against the Avatar. The Ice Ball from the Mei comes out onto the Hanzo. That will be Sylvanas, the first one to be taken down. Scorch falls as well, trying to use Tranquility to heal up as Containment Disc will land onto your Mei. I'm looking at the Blaze. He goes in with the Jet Propulsion, trying to create a little bit of space for the Mei to back away, but she'll be hit with the Stormbolt. Icing to the side. Hanzo, Natural Agility, Spirit of Vengeance, and a kill into Mei as well. The members of Clawy Kittens shredding the Goon Platoon in that team fight. 8-5 in kills, as we have nearly a level lead forming. Ubi will finish up the second objective. Fallen Shaman in top lane is pushing onto the fort, and with the minion wave arriving and the targeting from the tower, it looks like this should be fort taken down. Disciple does have really quick wave clear. It is your Shadow Dagger at 1, 4, and 7 with the Unstable Poison at level 4, so you get that faster wave clear. No Haunting Arrows for lockdown onto the structures. And speaking of structures, this one's going to be sitting on, God, I gotta say it's double digit? 108. Close to it. Blazes. Sorry, the Falstad in bottom lane getting dove on. Ultralisk is trying to back away and will be able to do so. Top lane fort. I'd venture a guess it's gonna die. How much more siege can this Mortar Punisher get is really the question to answer. Disciple, nice Haunting Wave teleport to avoid the stun. Augur spins back, and it looks like there will not be a ton of siege into the keep gate. I mean, the Punisher's going to be at about 75% less, or less, as they approach this keep gate. We're already at 66%. Sylvanas will manage that. Blaze in mid lane does land the Jet Propulsion onto the Hanzo, who get the natural agility to the side. Holpaka a little bit low. Hanzo actually, wait, Hinterlands only hit one there. It's 120-second cooldown, 30 seconds per enemy hero hit. As Malfurion will get dove on, he'll be taken down. And this right side camp is going to be picked up by the side of Clawy Kittens. And I gotta be honest, Clyde Kitten's coming out swinging in map number 1. They're playing so very well. Punisher went down maybe a few seconds ago, so we can expect the next one to be at sub 13 minutes. Probably have the announcement at like 12 minute 20 something. Stormbolt goes out into the blaze, a little siege in the mid lane fort. We don't know where the next Punisher's... Actually, we do know the next Punisher will be an Arcane in bottom lane, actually, so... What is our fort gate looking like down here? Some damage onto it from the minion wave. Shut up, killer. Wonderfully said, my friend. Umbra will pull the May after the containment disc ends. The mind control comes up from Disciple. The haunting wave to the side as well. As Kel reaches a 205 watch streak. Yes. Holy jeez, that's a big watch streak. Wit picked off by the Knoll Hogger, takes him down. That is being an Umbra bind onto the Malfurion. The Stormbolt lands. 87 stacks, by the way, for Crankle Muradin. More than halfway to the Mythic for the 100% range increase. Or the 50% range increase with increase by 100%. And piercing all targets as well. Because you do also get the stacks if you get 5 stacks if an enemy hero dies within 3 seconds of being hit by the Stormbolt. Not too bad from Crankle right now as he does go into the Imposing Presence. Also, we're going to be seeing up to 11 for the Lucio. Not the most popular level 16 for them, but it does get play here and there. Bottom lane fort goes down to the Sonic Arrow of Hanzo. We do have the Containment Disc onto this Blaze. Hinterlands fires out, misses every target, and gets no cooldown. Mind Control fired out, misses. The Ice Wall connects onto Muradin. Lucio with a quick high five onto Maiev. Maybe looking to re-engage, but Blaze is going to land that Jet Propulsion. Malfurion Tranquility is active, and this is going to be Muradin taken down. 11-6 in kills. 17-16, favoring the side of Clyde Kittens, but Loon Platoon fighting back. As I mentioned, the next Punisher should be announced within the next 20 seconds or so. Oh, a little bit earlier than that, okay. Palers dismount Hopaka. That's a Containment Disc on to Disciple. If only there was some sort of gust to push back the enemy, but Hinterlands was the pickup for the bounty attempt as this is Sylvanas taken down. 33 seconds on her death timer, 10 seconds on the objective announcement. Ooh, that's going to be a Jet Propulsion missing. Malfurion does land the route the Hortipult did from Hogger. Hanzo Natural Agility gets a high five from Lucio, and Blaze is the one to be taken down. Push up from Lucio, misses onto Ultralisk, but that's still going to be the kill into Falstad. What is Clyde Kittens playing? Like, I see Hinterlands on... Oh, like, what's their bounty? Is that what you're asking? There's no bounty. They didn't draft the bounty. Stormbolt will land into Malfurion. Containment Disc onto the Sylvanas. That's Malfurion to be taken down. Hanzo finishes the objective. Gets the 40 Skeletal Defenders. Arcane Punisher moves in through bottom lane. And it's looking like Clyde Kittens will advance into the Keep Gate. Umbral Bind does not connect onto, or does not get the pull onto Disciple. So the Haunting Wave was kind of the iframe for that. Stormbolt from Muradin as they try to dive onto the Blaze. Scatter goes out as well. Blaze, Jet Propulsion to the side. This is going to be Hinterlands fired out, getting one hit onto, I believe, the Marinas, the Hanzo. Containment just expires onto the Mayish. She'll be getting the ice to try and push Muradin further back. The Punisher at 20%. And this keep is getting low. I think they get keep and they back off. I don't think this is going to be a core call, unless they can get, like, 2 kills here really quickly. And that might happen. Disciple a little bit low. Blaze summons the bunker. Lucio with reverse amp active. The Dragon's Arrow misses, but so does the Mind Control. And Sylvanas will be taken down. High Wraith is picked off, but Maiev will fall as well. We do have some autos onto the core right now. We'll be taking the long route around this core, but it doesn't seem like they're looking to stick around and end. Shadow Orb Vengeance for the Maiev, by the way. We do have your No Control Hogger, Mixing Fire, Bullseye as you see it onto Malfurion. Muradin, considering what he wants at level 20, probably going to be Mountain King. It's the normal pickup. I don't think he's going to go Unstoppable Force. He could go Hardened Shield, though. We do see Hardened Shield every so often. Nah, that's Mountain King. Next Punisher will be in the top lane. Frozen Punisher, probably around 17-ish minutes. Until then, it looks like it is Clawy Kittens with full control of the map. Mind Control goes out. Hogger has the Hog Wild, and he takes down the Mei. Malfurion pops Tranquility, and they back away on the right-hand side. 253 stacks for Sylvanas, so she has that increased percent damage on her Black Arrows from 15 to 50. 165 for Falstead, so he has the second milestone, so he's got 70 additional auto attack damage. Dragon's Arrow, Bullseye misses, Stormbolt will connect, the Stormbow is there, the staggering blow, and they dive on a Disciple and get the kill. Hinterlands gets the full reset, Hanzo taken down by the Nexus forces. Containment Disc onto Falstad as he's going to be pulled back by the Umbral Mine, the staggering blow, and Falstad gets taken down. No, it's on there, Freaky. I can show it after the game. Looks like that might be happening soon as the top lane keep is taken down. Mei and Blaze, the two defenders. Minion wave is here. 12 to 34 seconds for 3 heroes, but no, they're actually not going to end here. They're going to get the keep, and they will pivot to mid lane and try and get another structure while we're waiting for the objective, I guess. Staggering blow, easy throw dynamite. Ubi is going to be able to back off. Alright, so still waiting for 20 talent on the right side. Should be able to get it by the time the Punisher's ready. It's going to be, well, the mini waves are pushed up. They get bottom, they get mid, they get top on the way, and that's 20. Yeah, they actually already have it. Dark Lady's Call, you are going to be seeing the big one for Mei. You also have Fortified Bunker, Epic Mount for Falstad, and that is going to be your Lunar Shower. Murden, Dwarf Toss into the bush. 129 stacks for him. Small Stick continues to clear. Bottom lane, he's going to fly in. The Dragon's Arrow misses. Mind Control, I don't think connected onto anyone either. That is going to be Lucio, taken down by Hinterland's Blast. Deja Vu, I've been here before, as a Sylvanas continues to put pressure onto Murd on the right side, forcing out the Avatar, as this is going to be Ubi now trying to back away. And with a map that's so in control of Clawy Kittens, they actually lose what I assume to be 2 members here. Ubi being chased down through this map. Blaze and Mei in mid lane, though, a little bit low. Falstead barrel roll. Oh. Moonfires continue to come out. A root from Malfurion misses. Ubi throws back the easy throw dynamite. Hanzo takes down Sylvanas in mid lane, but we do have that final kill. Finally, the kill onto Hogger. Took like 30 seconds to get it. And waves need to be cleared out as Fallen Shaman pushed up top lane. You got Khazra Camp in mid and bottom that need to be managed as well. Uh-oh, Falstad maybe getting dove on here. Do they have a way to get out? Flight? And absolutely. Yo, what's up, Crush? How you doing, bud? What's up, Valerie? Good to see you as well, my friend. Murda might finish the quest. I kind of hope Krankle does. I also kind of feel like they are delaying out the game to try and do that. I get the slightest inclination that they are. It kind of feels that way. I don't think it's like BM by any means, but it does kind of feel like things are getting delayed a little bit to try and get these last 23 stacks. Avatar activated by the Murd, and we do have a lot of damage on the whole Baka. That is Hinterlands interrupted by, I think, a Lucio Soundwave put on 10 seconds. They do have Hopaka so very low, just trying to back away the natural agility from Hans. The Mad Control misses. Franco looking to step up. Avatar is going to be expiring pretty soon. Actually just went down now. Haunting Wave forward from Sylvanas. Hopaka a little bit low. Stormbolt does land. 142 stacks. Mind Control once again missing. Roll bind to pull a couple members in. That's going to be Containment Disc onto Falstad. What's up, Donut? How you doing today, bud? And Hanzo gets the snipe with Stormbow into Falstad. 152 on the stacks, by the way. Mind control misses again. This is going to be murdered. Dwarf tossing in. 156. He's getting up there. Sylvanas is taken down. That is going to be your mythic on Stormbolt completed for Muradin, as they will find a Finland to wrap up this map number 1. And do we even get to see Krankle throw a Stormbolt? Look at the range on this. Look at that range. It actually doesn't even show the range correctly because the Stormbolt went to like here. Well, either way, that is going to be map number 1. 27-10 in kills. The Clawy Kittens show their claws in map 1, and they take down the enemy here. Nicely done. That should count for a bounty, right? Alright, well, we're going to get the ads out of the way. We got 11 subs for our sub goal. If you'd like to help us hit that, it's much appreciated. Is consider Prime Gaming, all that good stuff. And we'll get ready for map number 2 in the meanwhile. Alright, so I'll make sure the stream catches up here before I send commands and things. Alright, what else do we have? We still have a lot of maps available. Right, there's no bans in this. I always forget about that. I'm assuming teams are going to stay on their same side, so we're not going to do anything with that. Choose outcome, the Clawy Kittens, left side, so we'll keep the scores as is. And I'm just waiting for the lobby so that way, and then I'll show the bounty thing once we get into the lobby. I just want to make sure I don't miss it. Sometimes the lobbies go like giga fast, and sometimes it's just chill. It feels like it's a little bit on the slower side today, but I am not too worried about that. We only have 2 series today, so. And we'll see as well. We'll see how far this one goes, because Clawy Kittens were pretty dominant in that map number 1. They had a little wobble here and there. Oh, someone go wake up, forget what? We've got Alterac Pass. Someone go wake up, forget what? Okay. So the bounties, by the way, are here. So if you go to the Liquipedia, there's literally right here full list of bounties, claims, and attempted. So you can actually see what's been claimed, what's been attempted, and the total tickets as well, if you're wondering. And then the overall list is underneath that expanded list right here. Oh, I clicked it. Honestly, both of these here's literally bring up both of the lists. Let me sleep. I have a baby and I'm tired. But Alterac Pass is next. Also hungover? That's your fault, not the baby's fault. Actually, well... Alrighty. Players are on same sides. Alright. Yep, Disciple right side and Krankle left side. Alright, cool. This will be the Alterac Pass. Clawy Kittens on the left. 10-minute gamble. And we get going. You joined like 5 minutes ago. We had a game last night with we had a game night with friends last night. We got to play Not Toady Murderer. Well, is this like a whodunit thing? Is it one of those kind of games? Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back in once again as we are here ready to go into Alterac Pass, map number 2 in this Best of 5 series. And we are going to be having the left side of Clawy Kittens. We did have it right this time. I did mess up in map 1. But Goon Platoon will be on the right side. We'll see if they can get a 1-1 score through Alterac Pass. Goon Platoon opting in for first pick priority is the losing side. Map choice obviously then coming out for Clawy Kittens. And we'll see Garrosh Brightwing continue to be banned. not today, murderer. Oh, okay, I see. Got you. Bit of a different game. I thought it was like a Toad murder game. It's to survive the situation with the item cards you draw. Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. That sounds cool. There's some funny items. I'll have to check it out. Might be a good game for some friends out here as well. ETC, Garrosh continue to be banned on the right side. Brightwing and Whaterial continues to be drawing ban. I believe this was a Johanna last map. Johanna being up and available for Alterac Pass. Not a bad main tank choice. Johanna's shield glares are really good to delay objectives. Junkrat's really good at delaying objectives. As a reminder, this is the Meta Madness style of draft, so the 10 heroes we saw in map number 1 cannot be played for the remainder of the series. We are going to be seeing the Johanna first pick, and then it'll be a Li Ming Uther. Li Ming with more poke around the objective and delay. Uther's got some Wave of Lights that he can utilize as well. I honestly think like a Junkrat here is not crazy. Like grab Junkrat in either a healer or a solo lane. Like Dahaka's up, so you could grab like Junkrat Dahaka and get that global value. I actually really like that. Wave clear's really good.
I will fight to my last breath.
But we're gonna have Rhaegar Yrel with the Johanna. Okay. Good control. A lot of really good control coming out from Goon Platoon. A little bit of poke around the objective. Mid-ban phase. Probably just gonna be targeted assassins, I would say. We could see an Orphea ban. Orphea would not be a crazy ban, as it could be a target against Disciple. Get rid of Sergeant Hammer. I mean, the Sergeant Hammer would slot in with this. You do have good control around the hammer with Condemn, as well as Righteous Hammer. You got some totems as well from Rhaegar. Zeratul to be banned. Interesting. Zeratul's a solid hero, but also sometimes when you see Zeratul banned, there's an inkling for Vikings. The Lost Vikings could be picked up, or Zeratul could be the ban, so the Vikings can be picked up, because Zeratul bodies the Vikings quite quickly. Next couple picks, though, on the left-hand side. Li Ming Uther. We'll see the Malthael, and then Ana.
Checking in.
So, we've got main tank Uther. This could be triple healer. Triple healer is a bounty. Like, they could go last pick Karazim. I could actually see that be the direction. That also really, pulls a lot of healers out of the available healer pool, because as I mentioned, Meta Madness draft style, so Uther can't be played in the next map, neither Ana. Medivh shenanigans, there's the Orphea. Oh boy, man, this is quite the draft, but it is going to be Goon Platoon. They will not be looking for a bounty here. Yeah, there's no bounty on that right-hand side. If this is triple healer, then Clawy Kittens are going for a bounty. I could see it be triple healer. I feel like it's not. I think it's main tank Uther, Ana, Nano Boost, Malthael with Tormented Souls, or Li Ming. I feel like this is gonna be a sustained damage dealer or something. Maybe something with. Okay, it's gonna be a Leoric. I think the Leoric works out here. I was actually gonna say something with CC, so you can maybe pressure onto Medivh. Yo, what's up, Kalis? What's up? How you doing today? I look over at Moodier and I'm like, yep, yeah, of course you would. You would use that emote. Not a bad draft from either sides. Get your gambles in. Here we go. Hi, Ashmantle. Sorry I missed your redemption yesterday. I did give him a treat after stream, but I saw your redemption after I was done and I raided, so apologies about that. But either way, let's get into it. Clawy Kittens, main tank Uther draft, double healer. I forget what, congratulations second or whatever. Or whatever. Clawy Kittens in the blue, Ubi, Leoric, Vasilio Ana, Krankle Uther, Hopaka, Malthael, and Marina's on the Li Ming. Right side is Goon Platoon, looking for a map number 2 victory to give us a 1-1 score and give us max amount of maps.
I'm about to bust.
As we have an Ultralisk Medivh. Thanks for announcing that, forget what. We have High Wraith Yrel, Wit, Johanna, Disciple, Orphea, and Scorch on the Rhaegar. What did I just hear? I don't know what I actually just heard there. Leoric is going to go Consume Vitality, so usually we do see the Ghastly Reach at level 4 to synergize with that. Slumber Shells, Silver Touch, Aether Walker, Portal Mastery, because Medivh cheats. We do also have your Fear the Reaper from Malthael for that activatable to get the 25% movement speed bonus and also being able to move through enemies. Colossal Totem Rhaegar, Orphea with her Ancestral Strength, Zealous Glare, and Light of Caribor for that Yrel. Delay timing is weird. Yep, we have a delay on stream. Got back from festival after 3 days. Well, you can finally take that shower, Kalis. Medivh is going to be able to get his first stack off of the Ana on top lane. We do have Ubi rotating into this portal set up by Medivh, and Johanna jumps through it immediately. Crankle being chased here in mid lane. Lands a little stun onto Disciple and is going to get a spray out afterwards. This Fallen Shaman, or sorry, the Nulpak in mid lane. Crashing to the gate, getting some decent siege here. Looks like just the gate will be taken down. The towers are still available, but Nulpaks are crashing and clashing. We do have the right side cleared away. Clawly Kittens will try to advance theirs forward and maybe get similar siege against the enemy's fort gate. First objective is going to be 25 seconds of channel time needed with one jailer to defend. Jailers only respawn during the channel time, so we clear out the jailer when no channel is happening, then no jailer will respawn. And it gives you an opportunity to maybe get the solo capture a little bit later on. Sometimes we do see that tactic as first objectives a lot of times is ignored until level 7, sometimes level 10. Ana being dove on right now, trying to back away with the aim down sights active. Or I guess the Shrike active. And Orphea will be able to get that kill. First blood on the right-hand side of Goon Platoon. Portal set up. Li Ming is going to get discovered in the bush. Oh, no. What a portal. What a check. What a kill. 2 kills over to the side of Goon Platoon. Will pull ahead slightly in experience because of it. And Orphea is already working in this camp. She's going to try it. She's going to utilize sort of the square clear until Rhaegar rotates in, so that way she's able to avoid some of the damage. But Disciple and Scorch will be able to clear this out, and we'll have Nulpaks crashing in mid lane once again, but Ubi Holpaka a little bit on the slower side of this. Grab. Minion wave to be pushed up. Ana in top lane. Yrel currently soaking bottom. Medivh did scout in bird form, flying above the enemies. And they're actually going to go for immediate objective. Okay, Scorch is going to go for the channel. We do have Disciple able to pull the Jailer to the side, and the Arcane Orb and such over the wall. Malthael Shade, none of those connecting and delaying, as we do have the Jailer trying to get the counter channel. Li Ming will also channel, interrupted by the Shield Glare of Johanna. Jailer cleared away, portal set up by Medivh with the Raven Familiar, level 4. Vasilio getting a little bit low, and the Ana will be taken down. Now we have a portal set up still, and this is going to be the chase on to Li Ming as the Righteous Hammer, Avenging Wrath, and the Dread come out. That is going to be 4 kills to 0. A portal set up by Medivh. Once again, they're going to try and collapse onto Holpaka. Arcane Rifts are flying out. Orphea still chasing in. Chomp is going to be interrupted by a Hammer of Justice from Uther. Meanwhile, mid lane, Johanna clearing out the Nulpak that pushed up. Do have Yrel still soaking bottom lane. Alright, top lane camp is pushing up into the fort. We do have Johanna still pushing mid, and Yrel is dealing with bottom. Looks like a little bit of pressure on Lior, but back in the top lane, Crankle getting chunked slightly here. Wave of lights going out. 34 stacks for that silver touch. We do, by the way, have the Ghastly reach for the Lior. He did go into the hopelessness at level 7 as well. Portal set up again. Raven Familiar getting triggers. Scorched a little bit low. Ana did not go anti-healer level 7. Went into those Night Terrors. And just have the debilitating dart at level 4. Objective is concluded. We got our next one coming up a little bit past 7 minutes in game time. So until then, it's the rush for level 10. Grabbing some more camps. We do have Orphea and Rhaegar on the right side. Left side should be Leoric and Malthael working on this. And pretty much you'll see, this is, as we jokingly say, the true objective of the map. As it is a 1 minute 30-second cooldown, and those nulls do reduce structure of, or reduce armor of whatever they're hitting, including structures. High rate for bottom lane didn't get a lot of siege. I'd say, honestly, Clawy Kitten's defense from the objective is pretty good. The most damage was in mid lane onto this fort. The two boss lanes, there's a boss in top and bottom, have not been pushed in too much. The gate's still remaining. You're out looking to maybe jump in and possibly get a displacement Righteous Hammer into Alpaca, but Malthael playing it safe on the left-hand side. I believe does actually have that Fear the Reaper active for that moment in case Urella was going to step up, but this minion wave through mid is going to crash onto the fort. Doesn't look like it's going to be taken down, though. Chain heals coming out from Rhaegar. A little poke here and there onto the fort still as it remains at about 10%. Portal set up by Medivh. Disciple tries to land the Shadow Waltz. There's going to be a nano boost to Tormented Souls. The Ancestral applied to Disciple, and now Scorch is trying to run out of here in Ghost Wolf form. Gets a Force of Will, the Blessed Shield from Johanna. A quick self-heal from the Chain Heal was good. Scorch is going to try and jump through the portal, and will be able to do so. Is there going to be another Chain Heal? There absolutely is. Scorch is going to be caught by the Tomb. The Eternal Feast from Orphea, another Force of Will, but that is Li Ming getting the reset, and now they'll collapse onto Orphea, the double kill, as this is Marina's making the pop-off play for the team on Li Ming. Yo, what's up, Elite Sparkle? Good to see you today, bud. Entomb Nano Boost, Divine Shield, Wave of Force, Tormented Souls, as we had mentioned. We do have the Ancestral Eternal Feast, Blessed Shield, Ardent Defender, and Leyline Seal. By the way, Medivh, one stack away from finishing out his baseline Arcane Rift. As High Wraith is going to get the counter channel, 16 seconds remain. Second objective is 35 seconds of channel time, 2 Jailers. And it goes up 10 seconds to a max of 55 and 4 Jailers. As we wait patiently, we do have maybe a Medivh Leyline Seal Steal. No, he's not going to go for it, okay. I think Medivh was very aware of the Li Ming, and I think that was like the biggest thing he was concerned about, maybe trying to do the Leyline Seal Steal. Also, Mind Devourer for the Orphea, currently at 14 of the 30 stacks. Disciple lands a chomp, that backbiter allowing her to dash back as well. Disciple trying to get out of here, gets the Ancestral application again. Medivh is done with his baseline Arcane Rift stack, so it's time to play aggressive and feed. Wave of Force pushes back the enemies as they go through the portal, but that is going to be still a Blessed Shield to connect. Wit getting low. There's a Force of Will applied to this Johanna, but she will be blinked into by the nano-boosted Li Ming. Wave of Force pushes Ultralisk further away. The Tormented Souls from Malthael expires. High Wraith now trying to get out of here. The portal set up. The stun from Uther's there, but Urel is able to dive through the portal and will not be... Uh-oh, Disciple. Jump through the portal, but will not be taken down. 10 seconds on Johanna Death Timer. We do have High Wraith being blinked into for that Calamity damage, but Li Ming cannot get another reset. Crankle Ubi for the channel. No delay onto them. Still the mid fort remains at very low HP, less than 10% for sure. Rel jumps in with the Avenging Wrath, the Righteous Hammer as well. Scorch trying to get the counter channel. We do have a lot of damage onto the Orphea. The Invasive Miasma is active. The Backbiter gets a chomp. The Eternal Feast is activated. The objective is going to go over to the left-hand side, but they do take down Leoric. This is a Force of Will applied to the Rhaegar. Scorch gets a quick Chain Heal out. Malthael getting a little bit low. Can the members of Clawy Kittens back away? As Urel on the left-hand side with 300 HP is going to get the Divine Steed, and she's going to try and Hearth in this bush. Will Malthael discover? No. But we do have your Clawy Kittens with the second objective of the game. Midfort does fall. Medivh is going to get slept, then stunned. He will still be able to get to the portal because Medivh is a busted hero. Oh yeah, I can max range a portal, then by the time enemies can get to where I'm at, I can already bird up. Yeah, balance. Just make the bird form take like a half second longer to channel, honestly. That would seriously balance things out a little bit, in my opinion. Adding literally delete Temporal Flux. Just delete it. Get rid of the talent. Wave of Force, mashing High Wraith against their own fort, but there will be no takedown, no reset for Li Ming. As this objective is going to be cleared out in bottom, top, and mid. Next objective around 13.5 minutes in game time. Probably have the announcement shy of 13 minutes. And until then, we'll see 16s, maybe a boss call. Leork is still pushing top lane. Or less long portal timing. Yeah, exactly. Oopsies. Siege camp left side. So both teams grabbing the null pack camps. Li Ming is chilling in bottom. I think there might be a boss call here. High Wraith is going to discover that no one's here. And sees, uh-oh, that's a stun. That's sleep dart, anti-heal. Ardent Defender's available, and High Wraith does not want to push the button, but might be forced to. Force of Will also comes out over that as well, and High Wraith does get a little bit of healing from the Ardent Restoration. Ardent Defender's... Oh, gosh. Leyline Seals met by the Entomb. The Bless You coming out from the Johanna Condemn onto a couple enemies. And Shadow Wolves is going to allow Disciple to dash back. And Medivh Portal has been set up to dash, or get out of here. Also stop allowing him to pick up experience in bird form as well. Yep, that's, yes. Experience in Globe should not be picked up in bird form. Yes. I really don't think these are, like, crazy ideas. I literally can't even get the words out fast enough. Orphea just gets taken down in bottom lane. It's 16 up on both sides, 5-5 in kills. A very close game kill-wise and structurally, actually. It's still 5-5 in structures. Mid fort, top fort. Mid fort on the left-hand side, top fort on the right side have been taken down. There is a contest over this boss. This is at 50%. Leyline Seal's available. Rel comes in with the Avenging Wrath. Leork with a big skeletal swing. There's going to be a team fight. The boss is still being worked on by Hopaka. High Wraith is going to jump in here. Malthael's going to get the inevitable end self-cast, and then you also have the Divine Shield applied as well. Urel is so low, and she'll be taken down. Johanna is sub-done. Medivh will be able to jump through a portal, but then he'll be taken down. The Clawey Kittens are going to shred through 3 members, possibly 4, as Wit tries to back away. Hopaka chasing in and has the Wraith Strike, but tower shots are there. The Orphea Shadow Waltz hit takes down Malthael. But at the end of the day, you get boss, you get a quadra kill, and you lose your Malthael. You gotta be happy with that. And you go for objective. 45 seconds of channel time necessary. Death timers are not as long as that, but they still have to make rotations. And this could be more than half of the objective channeled during this death timer and boss clear. You cannot compare Abathur Hat to Medivh. You cannot. I'm sorry, no. You cannot compare Symbiote to Medivh Raven form. That is so different. That's like comparing Medivh Raven form to Lava Wave of Ragnaros. Nah. Totem comes down from Rhaegar with the Earth Grasp, level 16. That's going to be Orphea taken down. Entomb from Leoric. As this is going to be your mid lane camp to be cleared out and objective to be rechanneled. Unless they're going to go boss. No, they'll rechannel. I think Malthael's heading to boss, though. Buff Medivh. I don't think this game is a... Just because Medivh's losing doesn't mitigate my points at all. You put me on Medivh and you'd be like, wow, this character sucks. You put Hazu on Medivh and it's like, holy Jesus. Leyline Steal? Nope. Alright. Alright, triple lane pressure coming out. High Wraith trying to get some damage onto this fort. 20 talents here on the left-hand side. You do also have your Repulsion Li Ming, Nano Infusion, Buried Alive. There's the Reaper of Souls. As Leork looks to back away. Ominous Wraith Royal focus for some of that damage reduction, but Leork will be collapsed upon. This is going to be Medivh isolated from his team. Force of Will self-casting. Ancestral comes out a little bit late. The wave of force pushes Scorch to the side. as this is Malthael, Tormented Souls active. And he's not going to get any duration extension because he only has one hero within that radius, but meanwhile, just below, the self-cast Ancestral came, the Ancestral came off cooldown, self-cast again, but it won't be able to get the connection, as this is going to be Holpaka. Is that Bulwark of Light 20? It is. Oh, I didn't even notice that at first. Wit will be taken down. Orphea falls as well. It's your Rel to defend through top lane. Mid-fort falls to the objective. And this is going to be your bottom lane. Keep taken down. Oh, sorry. That's going to be a Buried Alive onto your Rel, and she will fall. As we have boss and 2 objectives on core. This is Clay Kittens looking to make this series a speedrun as they are 2-0 lead in this best of 5. One map away from gaining their entrance to the grand finals up against Skibidi Exodia. And the grand finals will be coming up next. Best of 7 series. But here's some stats for all of you. We're going to go ahead and roll out the ads. Be sure to get your Prime Gamings in if you'd like to support the channel. Every little bit is appreciated as we do a full-time stream. We're currently 11 subs away from our triple movie night in Discord for the month of July. So if you're feeling generous, would like to help us hit that, it's much appreciated. If you have a Prime Gaming, do consider using that. But we are going to go ahead and pay out the gamble and run the ads and get ready for map number 3. Can Clay Kittens 3-0 Goon Platoon, or will Goon Platoon rise to the challenge and take us to a map 4? GG buff Medivh. Golly! But my point, Detroit Donut, is literally me versus Hazu. Like, that's my point. That's my point. Is you know, someone can make Medivh look awful and someone can make Medivh look really good. I can make Medivh look really awful. That's my point. Clay Kittens win Alterac Pass. The score has been updated. The ads are rolling. And I am done with my first cup of tea. Make Guardian of Tristfall baseline? No. Why are you guys like this? Why are you like this? My biggest gripe is the experience. Being able to get experience in bird form is like truly, that is one of my biggest gripes with Medivh. I don't think that should be a thing, because like, as I was saying, Lava Wave with Ragnaros is dealing damage, so he's getting credit for those minion takedowns. Asmodan, Global of Annihilation, same thing. You know, you destroy the minions, you get that experience. It used to not be like that. When Ragnaros came out, Lava Wave didn't give you experience, and then they made a change to basically, if you effectively last hit the minions with spell damage, you then get credit for that at extended range. So Medivh being able to just fly above, deal no damage, and literally just float above a wave and get the experience, I don't like that. Abathur, Symbiote, does damage, clears the wave. Like, that makes sense to me. But Medivh does nothing, and he's getting something. That's where I'm like, no, rude. All right, we got a map number 3. Map 3 has been created. We've got our Twitch prediction ready. The ads are about done. What's up, Cam? How you doing? Let him cast all of his abilities in bird form. Yeah, and then sure, you know what? Uther should be able to cast his heroics in ghost form. And then let's just bring back even in death for Tyrael. While we're at it, let's just add back in shock and awe. Why not? Sure. What's up, Anya? Well, we're possibly one map away from a 3-0 for Clawy Kittens.
Yes.
Cam, congratulations on your watch streak. Alrighty, 10 players are just about in here. We've got teams on the same sides. Yeah, but Medivh can't be dismounted by random damage bartender. But if a stray minion hits a hero mounted, they're dismounted. Medivh is not punished. There's no punishment to Medivh. There's no counter to that. You know, if someone wants to run by and pick up the experience, they can be punished. Medivh is not. That's that right there. All right, 10 players are in. We're ready to go. I think the readies are about to, I think the readies are out. No, not yet. All right, good. Why should you be able to punish heroes for misplay? Isn't that like part of the whole tactic of the game? Someone makes a misplay, they overstep, you punish it, right? Isn't that literally a mechanic in Heroes of the Storm? Like that is how we play the game. You have someone overextended in top lane, a misplay, they get punished for it. Yeah, that's how a lot of things work in Heroes of the Storm. Unless I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. All right, back into it. Map number 3 of this best of 5 series. Garrosh on the right side, banned away by Goon Platoon as they have opted in for first pick priorities, the losing side. And this will be map choice coming out from Clawy Kittens. Brightwing will be banned away as well. We continue to see. You were joking? How am I supposed to know that, bud? It's almost like there's like an emote created. It's almost like there's a... Anyways, Zeratul continues to be banned as well. This will be your Brightwing and what? It was Johanna one game, Tyrael last game. Will Tyrael continue to be banned? I could see the Tyrael ban unless they're going to try and make a play with it. Yeah. But even then, you have first pick on the right side, and I feel like a first pick Tyrael is not crazy. Dahaka being snapped immediately is not really surprising, though. Gloon Platoon, Dahaka first pick. We already have, Anduin Pull exists on a 70-second cooldown.
Bring the mega death.
BTC will be first pick, though, on the left-hand side. We're having fun here. I'm not serious about any of this, so if any of you actually think I am, I'm not. But it will be the Zeratul ban on the right side, and we'll get a Vikings pick up on the left. Okay, all right. ETC Vikings up against a Dahaka. And what? So you have Dahaka Double Soak, and what do they want to go for, like, a style of play? ETC Face Melts. He could go Crowd Surfer as well. I do think Crankle does play that here and there. I feel like I see it more on Garden of Terror. I can see it for this map as well.
Chaos!
I was not expecting Cho'Gall, but I'm a happy camper. I'm happy about it. I have no problem with a Cho'Gall out of the gate, but still have Greymane up, still have Tychus up, Malthael's been played, Hanzo's been played, Hogger does have percent-based damage later on. Morales has percent-based damage with Grenade. But no. Alex Straza is a solid ban because Lifebinder. I think it's literally the choice of, do you want Lifebinder or do you want, oh, Manticore. Yeah, that makes sense. Do you want Lifebinder or do you want the Ariel? It might actually be an Ariel snap right here so they don't get the Ariel for Cho'Gall. And that would kind of leave you... I mean, you could Morales with Cho'Gall. Morales and Cho'Gall with Stim is not too bad. Like, I could see it. I could definitely see it.
Yes.
Is Uther available? No, Uther was already played. He was literally played in the last map. What's up, Kalaboth? Also, the watch streak for Zig, 250. Congratulations, that's huge. Yeah, they ran the double support last game on Alterac Pass with the Ana Uther on the left-hand side. There's the Tychus. Tyrande picked up for the Huntress mark as well. I'm assuming it's Ariel and some sort of sustained damage dealer. Oh no, they're going to go Kael'thas. And Anduin. Okay. I mean, Anduin... No, they're not going to Holy Word Salvation. I was like, maybe they... No, because you have Power Slide, Face Melt, Grenade, Lunar Flare. Olaf level 16 is another stun. So, yeah, probably not going to be Holy Word Salvation. Unless they want to use it, like, out of combat, you could consider it for that, but I think it's going to be Light Bomb. Light Bomb with Surging Fist on Cho'Gall and stuff. Seems good. I mean, I'm a fan of Cho'Gall, but I just don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. The Anduin's, like, he's not a bad healer. I just feel like Ariel would have worked better with this. Well, let's find out. Get your gambles in. Here we go. All right, here we go. Map number 3, excuse me, in the series. Claw Kittens on the left-hand side with the Olaf, Balog, and Eric Lost Vikings to be played by Ubi, Vasilii on the Tyrande, Marina's on the Tychus, Krankle, ETC, and Hopaka Genji. Right side of the map is going to be Gun Platoon, trying to take us to a map number 4 with their Cho'Gall, High Wraith Cho, Wit Gull, Ultralisk Kael'thas, Disciple Dahaka, and Scorch on the Anduin.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hopefully our Viking tracker works correctly
Fight.
here. Yo, what's up, Coviers? How you doing, bud? Sentinel! Misses! We're going to map 4, obviously. Alright, Vikings start spreading out across the top of the map. Runic Bomb thrown out by Cho'Gall. Initial damage onto the gate. We do have Vikings chasing onto Disciple, who activates what little essence they have. You heard a little grumble of Dahaka, who will be forced to hearth out completely. Checking really quick, and Brushstock is available if they want to Brushstock back into top lane after the hearth, and immediately it will be utilized right there. Right side is going to be your camp to be grabbed. Sentinel does connect onto Kael'thas. We do also have your True Shot Aura level 1. Typically it's Moonlit Arrows with a Tyrande, but I definitely see the True Shot Aura value. Gravity Lapse going out, the Divine Star as well. Kael'thas went into Mana Addict level 1. The Living Bomb applied to Hopaka. Might take down the Genji after the explosion, but not going to be the case. The Flame Strike goes out as well, but no Camp Invade to find... Or no Camp Invade to steal away the enemy sappers or get a kill. Cho'Gall is able to get the Surging Fist to the side as the Vikings continue to pressure Dahaka top lane. Ubi low with one Viking, gonna rotate his Eric up, and here comes Genji. Well, I'd say here comes Genji, but not really. Hopaka a little bit low as well. Sentinel from Tyrande thrown towards top lane, just trying to provide some vision. Might have been actually towards... Oh no, I think, yeah, they were just trying to get some vision on the rotation, okay. Vikings looking to step up here. One of the Vikings will be taken down in top lane by the Dahaka. Lands a drag and takes down another Viking. Ubi, with one Viking available, obviously gonna back off. Doesn't want to lose that. Genji did rotate back into top lane. Deflect is active, and Disciple will burrow for the moment. More Sentinels being thrown across the map. We do have your Moral Compass for the Anduin at level 4. No Piercing Light. And Dahaka trying to get some clear in top lane. Lands the drag. The Darkstorm is active. The Divine Star coming out from Anduin. The Chastise misses. And Hopaka and Ubi need to back away. Kael'thas rotating up for the quick Flame Strike into the wave. Grabs a Globe as well. Did go into the Netherwinds level 4. Genji jumps out with a few Shurikens to get some Shuriken Mastery stacks. Triple Ultra Phase coming up as always at the beginning of the map. First objective. Top left and right is the standard, and you have the singular RNG location, whether it be center or bottom. Cho'Gall takes down the Tychus for the first full kill of the map. And we have a Viking set up on the right-hand side. Eric, did he go Swift? Yeah, Eric the Swift level 4. Dahaka does have the Huntress Mark applied to him. The power slide misses from ETC. Dahaka has no drag, as it looks like the ETC face melt was going to push them back. Viking on the right-hand side.
The Raven Lord demands
Living Bomb applied to Ubi, who's going to have this Eric moving out. We do have Dahaka maybe landing the drag. Nope. Scorch will get the right side. We do have Cho'Gall in bottom lane in a really rough spot. Unable to get this channel, and it's a 4v2 Genji doesn't get the deflect kill, but this is going to be Marina's trying to get... Wait, they're going to step back up for it. Runic Bomb gets thrown out. The range is going to be shy, I was going to say. There's not enough range right there to be able to get that hit. Surging Fist goes in. Loon's Chosen level 4 applied to the ETC. That's going to be a Huntress. Alright, well, the level 1 got activated there, the True Shot Aura, and Cho'Gall gets taken down. The Haka mid lane looking just to clear things out as we have all 3 Vikings still on the map. Next objective is going to be center and bottom locations. But we do end up getting 8 shots into the core of Goon Platoon. Clay Kittens looking for the 3-0. And they have had a pretty decent start to this map. They've only lost a couple Vikings. I think 2 Vikings, right? 3, actually. No, just 2. 0.5. Is that right? I thought there was like 2 Eric deaths already. No. Alright. Only 2 Viking deaths. Alright, so Balog will be able to clear out top lane. Genji and Eric, Olaf are going to harass on Disciple, but it doesn't seem like there will be any step up close to the fort gate there. And we got 10 Talontiers coming through soon, so let's go ahead and cycle through the other numbers, get an idea of what the damage healing experience looks like so far. Power slide from ETC, Chastise will connect. There's going to be a little surging fist from Cho'Gall. The laugh in the background means the boss is up. Hawk on top lane, burrowed, swift struck by the Genji, will be taken down. A 3rd kill to the left-hand side of Clykins as Krankle is going to get ignited with that living bomb. Cho'Gall trading blows. A grenade from Tychus will be able to delay out Scorch. We did have a channel through mid, so it's 36 to 28. Is this going to be Ultralisk able to get a channel? I don't think so. I think we see 8 shots coming out from Clay Kittens here. Haka's back in top lane, lands the drag into Balog, and I don't think Ubi's going to be losing that Viking. ETC stage dive interrupts his own channel. Tychus will be taken down by the Anduin. The power slide coming through. That's going to be a double kill into Kael'thas and the Anduin from ETC. Krankle making the big play on the cow. Power slide. Cho'Gall's going to surging fist in. Looks for the runic bomb delay. Do a play again for the Vikings. Power slide from ETC interrupted, and Cho'Gall was unable to get in with that twisting nether. It's also going to be the Twilight Hammer, Phoenix, Isolation, and Light Bomb, Starfall, Odin, Stage Dive, and Extract for the Genji. As we are looking at a 36 to 24 game, and a level, let's call it 3/4 of a level, lead in favor of Clay Kitten's Disciple. Enhanced Agility currently on 7 stacks, 2 Feeding Frenzy. We do have him activating Essence and will not be taken down. There was a rotation from the enemies you can see just above. And the ETC power slide should come through after the burrow ends. There's no Lurker Strain level 4 as that is Eric to be taken down. Drag on ETC lands after the Isolation connected. And a double kill, or at least a 1.25 kill for the members of Goon Platoon. Maybe they get another Viking kill. Experience is experience! And that'll be Olaf taken down. Single objective available in the middle of the map coming up pretty soon. We'll have the Sappers pushing in as well. Kael'thas is going to quickly push up the wave, and he also gets his activatable for the Arcane Barrier. The Sapper camp is being worked on once again. Hopaka jumps over the wall, and Cho'Gall's there to zone back the Cyber Ninja. Leap of Faith pulls. Ultralisk to the side. There's gonna be a Twisting Nether from Cho'Gall as well. The Odin has been summoned. The Twisting Nether getting some decent damage to Haka. Trying to get a kill into Genji as the X-Strike lands on Disciple after the burrow ends. Disciple will be taken down by the Tychus, Odin, and now Ultralisk. They will not continue this pressure. Okay. It kind of seemed like Cho'Gall and Kael'thas wanted to re-engage, and maybe they did, but this is going to be a power slide from ETC. Nice shove from Cho'Gall. Tyrande will be taken down. The Viking does get the channel. 36 to 20, a 16-point game, but a couple kills coming over to the side of Goon Platoon. Late game Cho'Gall is something to be afraid of. We also do get the Speed of Pious for the Andrin. Movement speed bonus for him as well, while the Divine Star is in flight. It looks like our Viking tracker is not working because there's no way Ubi's only gotten 2 regeneration globes. Disciple lands the drag. Kael'thas is in the bush. I think he was looking for the gravity lapse and a whole Paka. And nothing is going to be achieved in the end. Well, actually, no. They do get the bottom lane fort. They have 3 sappers pushing up. These will be cleared in lane, but now mid lane fort is being worked on as well. Minion wave has arrived. The structure damage is pretty decent. Tychus does zone back the enemies with his overkill. No spray and pray level 13. Stage dive in from ETC. The light bomb connects the Phoenix and the gravity labs into ETC. Twisting Nether gets a big burst onto Basilio as well as Marinas, but neither the Tyrande or Tychus will be taken down. For those wondering, let me find a Viking really quickly. What is our Viking tracker at, actually? Viking Horde is at 31. If you are wondering. And Tyrande's actually only landed 3. I don't think there's a bug on Tyrande Lunar Blaze. So still 7 stacks away from trying to get to that 30% range increase. Genji trying to take down the fort before the objective comes through, trying to deny the 5 shots. It looks like one sapper did make it over the wall at some point because we went from 36 to 35. Unfortunately, this is not going to be a 5-shot objective, but hey, you know what? 31 to 20, you went from a 16-point game to an 11-point game. It's looking a little bit better for the side of Goon Platoon. Surging Fist charged up by Hairwit. As a reminder, Wit subbing in for Nagram. We do have some look towards boss. Genji with a little shuriken into the bush. We do have a drag Dark Swarm from Dahaka. Gets the kill into a Viking. Still has 1 stack on Feeding Frenzy, so a 1-second cooldown per auto attack on that drag. And Cho'Gall slowly sieging into this mid lane keep. So that way they can maybe convert it closer to the objective timer. So that way the enemy can't gain control of their bell tower before that objective. Big bomb applied. Phoenix thrown in from Kael'thas. Phoenix costs less than a gravity lapse. He does have decent siege, relatively low cooldowns. Scorch hit with the Sentinel. It's 16s up on both sides. You have that leaden orb. That's a big one. Kael'thas will be going into the ignite as well. Dahaka taken down in the top lane. My apologies. Looks like there was a just a rotation. No stage dive. Extract was utilized onto them as well. Stage dive, though, will be popped as Gravity Lapse lands. Sapper Camp is going to be grabbed. Leap of Faith pulls Ultralisk to the side. The Light Bomb is going to be coming through as well, but Genji gets the kill into Kael'thas. The Twisting Nether to maybe get a counter kill as a Viking is to be taken down. And this is a very awkward fight. Goon Platoon seemed like they had such a good shift in momentum, but this is going to be Cho'Gall taken down. There's no way he gets out of this alive. He throws a Runic Bomb. He gets a small bit of damage. He's dead in the... Yeah, he's dead either way right there. And so Vikings will be set up here. Ubi will not be able to grab the right side channel. Does get the left. Tyrande gets the center. This could be boss plus this. I mean, this literally could be a 4 HP core after this objective plus boss. I could see it be the case, though I see mid lane fort being pressured currently.
Fire upon the Gravekeeper.
Dahaka gets the drag, interrupts one of the Vikings. Phoenix from Kael'thas in this mid lane defense. Leap of Faith pulls Kael'thas to the side. He activates the Arcane Barrier. Gravity Lapse missing. Vikings once again going for the channel. Disciple interrupts with an auto.
Doom to the Gravekeeper.
Disciple pops Essence, but the Power Slide and the Swift Strike. Dahaka taken down. Overlay? Oh, yeah, it's just the Viking tracker is bugged out. Everything else is working, though. Tychus takes down the Kael'thas. That is 9 stacks on Master Assassin. Bell Tower converted here in mid lane, so we're looking at 5 shots now. Possibility of 5 shots. And, well, the Vikings just kind of harass here. Sapper camp for bottom lane is being grabbed. Balog is still soaking top. It is a 2-level lead. With 20 talents here about to be here. Shogal might get the kill. Nope, the Vikings jump up. Sapper's being pushed into bottom lane. Won't convert the bell tower. Sentinel did fly out. I think it might have gotten a delay onto Scorch, and it looks like, actually, it is 3 shots into the left side. 29. Or sorry, 28 to 12. Vikings on 39 regeneration globes currently.
Red team has destroyed.
And it is
Blue team has destroyed.
Fury of the Storm.
My hold.
You also have your Crowd Pleaser, Living Weapon, Big Red Button, and that's going to be the Elun's Wrath as well for the Tyrande. Oh, what's our next objective? Top left and right? Yep, looks like it's going to be double. There's another Sentinel's thrown up to just check it on this boss. As that is Cho'Gall. They get the jump on the Vikings. There's a Grabby Lapse on a Genji. Stage dive in from ETC. Disciple and friends are just not able to make anything happen here, as that is Cho'Gall next to fall. I assume boss.
Red team dominated.
Oh, yeah.
Finland!
Okay, so Sappers go over the wall of bottom, eventually. Mid bell tower converted, so that's 6 to... Oh, they're just starting barrage, so this is GG's. Unfortunately, GG's, as Clay Kittens will be able to advance into the grand finals. This is Goon Platoon knocked out of Murky Cup 2026. As boss is going to be grabbed as well.
Tower.
Vikings will lose a couple members here and there. The barrage has already begun. Dahaka's going to try and convert this mid lane. And he does get the conversion, but there's actually 2 HP remaining on the core. Never mind, the GGs are called, but it's not over just yet. Oh, wait, never mind. GG's. That is going to be Clawikins with a 3-0 victory, and we are going to be heading into the grand finals up next, everyone. Grand finals coming your way in just a few moments. Man, really, really good stuff here. Good play from Disciple to literally brush talk and or use the center teleport or whatever and convert the mid bell tower to stop the barrage. Unfortunately, just no one was there to be able to delay the Kael'thas channel, or sorry, the Viking channel on the left-hand side. So, GG's. GG's first series of the day is done, and let's get some ads out of the way and head into the grand finals, everyone. All right, so best of 7, and this is the, put it in the stream title, grand finals. Best of 7. Thank you, Ashmantle, for the redemption. Let's get that going right here. Good boy. Thank you, Ashmantle. Appreciate it, bud. And we had our morning walk. We made some breakfast. He got some of my egg, as always, and we chillin'. But let's go ahead and get everything all set up here. I believe the Clay Kittens, as they came from the lower side of the bracket, will be on the right side. And we should see the Skibidi Exodia on the left. Okay, I'm gonna whisper to one of the players from team so that way I can easily join lobbies off of them. Perfect. Oh, that's why I'm silly. Alright, that looks scaled, that looks good. Pay out the gamble as well for Towers of Doom. Run them ads. Stream title did update, and there's the bots. A 3-2 for Goon Platoon in the upper bracket semis. The kittens came out to play. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They came, like, Crankle and friends, they're like, look, it's a heat wave. We don't want to play that much. Funny enough, I had, like, my bracket prediction for this tournament has been really, really on point. I did mess up here because I misinterpreted who was going to drop down where, but literally I think I was wrong on, like, a couple scores here and there, but I literally nailed who would be progressing where. I literally called Skibidi Exodia versus Clawy Kittens in the grand finals. I said that we would get Clawy Kittens versus Goon Platoon in the lower bracket final. I said it was going to be a 3-2 and it was going to be close. That was what the C was for. But it was a shutout. So we'll see here. But yeah, exciting stuff. This was my prediction before the tournament started. But all in all, like, I was pretty on point with most of my calls. Map score-wise, not so much. But overall results, or like who goes where, definitely I was nailing. All right, so we are going to choose the team should receive a 1-game advantage. Oh, okay, this is a bot thing. Okay, never mind. I don't need to worry about that, but I do need to worry about warming up my hands because it is freezing in the house today. We have a true Tahoe weekend where it's been 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like 14 Celsius about. It is 60. It was 61 in the hallway this morning when I got up, and it's oh, it's so cold. I love it. Because normally this is our weather out here, but next weekend it jumps back up to 80 Fahrenheit, which is close to 30 Celsius. Yeah, it's like 27 Celsius or something like that. Because 30 Celsius is 86 Fahrenheit. I think that math is right. So, yeah. Either way, nice, cool weekend for us, and we'll get going into this grand finals. But it's been a really fun tournament. Really good back and forths. Big difference. Oh yeah. I'm gonna enjoy it while I can. That's sort of my mentality. Is I'm gonna enjoy it while I can, because it's gonna get back up to. Also, next weekend is 4th of July in the United States, and I live in a tourist town. I'm like, Wednesday of next week, I'm gonna run out and get all my weekend supplies, and that's it. That probably Wednesday will be the last day I drive my car for like a week. Because if I go anywhere, I'll probably walk. Even then, I don't like to go anywhere on 4th of July weekend because it's just a zoo up here. It's awful. There's just so many people. I declare mulligan if we don't get 7 games. I'm in. Surprise is so cold. I mean, it's actually pretty cloudy today. This is actually a pretty cloudy day for us. But Tahoe gets 300 days of sun. But yeah, like there's like that is basically a giant cloud. Pretty much all behind me is a giant cloud. There's a little bit of sun there, and that's a cloud as well. But yeah, it's a bit of like this is kind of like a cloudy day for us. All right, well, we're just waiting for first pick, map pick, all that good stuff, and we'll get going into this. Yeah, it's the bot is not set up for this style, so I think the players are just unsure of what button to press here. But it's been a great weekend of games. By the way, also next weekend, speaking of, next weekend is going to be the start of the Eternal Conflict, but that is only going to be on Sundays. The Eternal Conflict tournament will be starting up. Be sure to sign up for that if you haven't checked it out or signed up for it. The Eternal Conflict, the signups close the night before. So next week, Saturday. Where's the announcement? There it is. Yeah, July 5th. If you want to take a look at it. That is the Eternal Conflict that'll be starting next weekend, and it looks like, I'm just checking, there is no one signed up yet, but we all know that Heroes of Storm players love to sign up literally hours before things close. It's cloudy there, but 27, yeah. We have a lot of trees and stuff, which, you know, cools things down, but it's still, yeah, it's 80 degrees in a mountain town where all the houses are built to retain heat, it can be a little rough, but we'll see. Hopefully, the biggest thing right now is the pine pollen seasons. Like, the pine pollen is done, so you can actually open up windows at night, because at least at night it drops down really cold for us. Like, at night it gets into, like, the 40s or 50s Fahrenheit, which is, like, you know, 10 or less Celsius, which is really, really nice. Those cold nights are really nice, but it's just, when the pine pollen season's going, you just can't have the windows open. But as I said, we do have the Eternal Conflict starting up next weekend. That'll be on Sundays, and then the finals will be on a Saturday and Sunday. I believe it's, 3 weekends of... Yeah, so you have 3 weekends, the 5th, the 12th, the 19th, for sort of the single elimination days. And then you have the season finale on the 25th and 26th of July. So that'll be really exciting. Shout out to the Raven Court for running another tournament. Always excited to see what they're able to bring to the table. Also, next week we are going to be starting our Final Fantasy VIII playthrough. We'll be starting that on Wednesday. We'll be playing Final Fantasy VIII on Wednesday. Never played it before. Never played it. But we'll have Heroes Casting on Tuesday. We'll have Final Fantasy VIII on Wednesday. We'll have Heroes Casting on Thursday. We're going to be doing some Heroes Lounge, because that's going. I don't think NGS has started up yet. I think it starts up sometime in July, so we'll do some NGS when that pops around. And then Saturday of next weekend, I don't know what we're doing yet, but we'll be then doing the Eternal Conflict on Sunday. So, all good stuff. A lot of really fun stuff planned for us in the future as we have our first map chosen, everybody. We have our first map chosen. All right, I'll make sure I'm paying attention to the sides because it looks like Skibbity's being put on the right side. Okay, nope. No, it's gonna be called to shift. Alrighty, so ads are done. Players are getting into lobby for this best of 7 series. We're going to be heading into Infernal Shrines for map number 1, and this will be your Skibbity crew on the left and the Clawy friends on the right. Alrighty, 10-minute gamble, and we'll get going into our grand finals in just a moment. Thank you all for your patience and the downtime between the series here. Really, really appreciate it, and I am looking forward to the grand finals. Hopefully we get a 7-map series, because it's as I've mentioned, it's the Meta Madness style of draft, so the 10 heroes that are played are unavailable, so when you get into a map 7, you have 60 heroes unavailable from the 90 in Heroes of the Storm, and any of the bans, so 64 are being removed. It's exciting, so I'm really hoping for that map number 7. I really, really hope we get it. Definitely hoping we do not get any sort of 4-0. I would not like to see a 4-0 today. We already had a 3-0 in the first series. Has Clawy Kittens and Skibbity ever versed each other in this tournament? Because Skibbity was in Group A and Clawy was in Group B. They both qualified out of their group, so they were not in the last chance qualifier. Let's see here. Where is Skibbity? Skibbity and Clawy Kittens have never versed each other, so we actually don't know. We don't have any idea of what their past results have looked like. Okay, interesting. I'm hoping for a lot of games. I'm thinking it's going to be like a 2-0 lead, and then when we get to map 3, I think that's when we're going to see the shift, and I think the other team will start to rally. Like I feel like we could see like a map 1 and 2 go to the side of Skibbity Exodia or Clawy Kittens, and then like map 3 is the turnaround from either side. I really do think that'll be the case. Clawy Kittens coming off that 3-0 victory, they're nice and warmed up. I'm sure that Skibbity Exodia did some practice or some sort of warm up before this, but I definitely think that like Clawy Kittens could have a lead being warm off that first series going straight into this. But also Skibbity Exodia is just a really solid team as well, so we have our last player about to join lobby, and then we'll get going into the grand finals. Comparing to Goon Platoon, I think it'll be close. Yeah, I definitely have a feeling this will be close. I think one of the players from Clay Kitten said run to get some water or something like that. But the grand finals are upon us, everyone, and thank you everyone for watching this tournament, all that good stuff. I do upload the videos to YouTube. So we have 2 YouTube channels. There's Bahamut Gaming, which is where we upload all of our we upload the edited casting stuff. So it's all of this downtime is cut out. So it's literally just draft, game, post screen, repeat. And then the Bahamut Play channel is our archive channel, which is I dual stream to that. Anytime I'm streaming, I stream to that one, so that way there's an archive. Because YouTube, obviously, VODs don't go away, but Twitch, you only have VODs for, what is it, like 30, 60 days, whatever. So there's been a lot of moments where people are like, oh man, I wish I could go back and watch this. The Bahamut Play channel, I really don't expect it to grow or really become a thing. But it's nice to have an archive channel. The Bahamut Gaming YouTube channel, that one's getting close to 1,000 subs, which means we could monetize that channel. But definitely if you're looking for more content from me, those 2 YouTube channels are great. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to them, it helps us out. As I said, it costs $0, and we can hit 1,000 where we could monetize and get some ad revenue from YouTube. And a little extra scratch for Bandit's always good. Slayer, good morning. Good to see you, bud. Alrighty, everyone. Grand Finals is ready to go. Ads are out of the way. Thank you for your patience in the downtime between these games while players got some water and got the lobbies ready. But we are here, ready, just looking for the last ready request, and we'll go into Infernal Shrines map number 1. Alright, I believe that's all the spiels I need to do in the downtime. And stream title and everything are upgraded, or updated. Cool. I'm excited. I love a good best of 7 grand finals. I'm hoping we get a map 7, though. Like the map 7 in Nations Cup 3 years ago, the LAN event in Germany, in Berlin. That map 7 in the grand finals of USA versus Germany was so good. Rough game for USA in that map 7. That was a really rough game, but still definitely enjoyable. Alrighty, readies are out. Let's get going, everyone. Grand finals will be kicking off in just a few seconds. Ah, I thought I had it. Welcome in, everybody, to the grand finals of the Murky Cup. And we have on the left-hand side of this lobby, Skibidi Exodia, who came from the upper bracket. They have first pick and map pick priority, choosing Infernal Shrines. And it is going to be Clawy Kittens on the right side. They will be coming, and they came from the lower bracket. They fought their way through that lower bracket. They beat up and knocked out quite a few teams, but we'll see what they're able to bring to the table up against Skibidi Exodia, who immediately bans the Hogger. This is the Meta Madness style of draft. The heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps within the series. Bans don't carry over, so we could see a Hogger on map 2, so long as he's not banned. And there are bounties. We'll point out the bounties as we see them, but at this point, I think both of these teams have really gone through the vast majority of bounties, if not all of them. So we'll probably not see bounties. I think they were attempted, much earlier in the series, or in the tournament. Those were kind of gotten out of the way, and now they can just focus on drafting what they want, as Medivh will be target banned. Early ban for Medivh on Infernal Shrines. I mean, Medivh on Infernal Shrines, the rotations are really strong. You could eke out like an early advantage from getting some rotation or portal rotation kills, and then also if you're able to get that early experience advantage, then maybe you can roll that into further advantages around the objective. So the Medivh ban is solid. The Johanna ban makes a lot of sense on this map as well. First pick, I would not be surprised if it's just a Blaze. Blaze start is really common for these teams. I believe Hazu's on flex, because Bloodcool typically plays solo for the team. But it could be Hazu back on Blaze. We did see Hazu playing Blaze yesterday in the upper bracket final. Or not Blaze, he was playing solo, and I think he actually played a Leoric in one of the games. I think Bloodcool was on some range assassin, if I'm not mistaken. But it'll be Brightwing ETC. Krankle gets back their ETC. Vasilio will get that Brightwing, which was target banned in the last series, all 3 games. There was a target ban against the Brightwing. As Blaze will start out the draft for Skibidi Exodia, are they going to consider what into the ETC? Do they want like a Diablo to Shadow Charge? Do they want a Muradin Stormbolt? The Hanzo's not surprising. Anduin to be grabbed as well. We could see Shimada Bros. Like, it could be Blaze, Hanzo, Anduin, Genji. And then maybe like a Nubarak or a Tyrael I could even see as well. They might try and save Tyrael for maybe an auto attack composition. Or Tyrael is just going to get banned here. Thanks, Kalva. Appreciate you, bud. Hopefully you're having a great Sunday. ETC Brightwing. I don't know what they want to get rid of here. Could be a Falstad ban. I could actually see that as well. Falstad does get played on Infernal Shrines for the side of Clay Kittens here and there. Gul'dan's not a bad ban in any way, shape, or form. I mean, it's wave clear. We talk about it quite a bit. So Dahaka is going to be grabbed as well. I think this is just a solid pickup. Good mobility. You have more control as well. Drag into Polymorph into Power Slide, Face Melt displacement. But I'd like to see some sort of damage here. Maybe like a mage or an auto attacker. Okay, so we get Maiev. Even more control. This is a very, very controlling composition for the side of Clawy Kittens. Drag, Umbral Bind, Face Melt, Power Slide, Polymorph. You have Pixie Dust for a little bit of speed and Spell Armor on the right side. As I said, I could see this being a dive-heavy composition. It could be Genji and like a Nubarak here. I could definitely see those. Maybe like Cocoon the Maiev or something. Or even Cocoon the Brightwing, excuse me, because they don't have a lot of rapid damage outside of Dark Swarm.
Let's fly.
So we do get a dive composition. It's gonna be Falstad though picked up here. I don't think it's gonna be Hinterlands. Maybe they'll try the Hinterlands, but I think Gust. I think at this point, I personally say at this point in a grand finals, I don't think you're looking for bounties. I think you're literally just looking for victory. Because Hinterlands could be picked up, but I think Gust would possibly, could possibly win the game. Wind Tunnel is such a strong play as well. I actually, Kalavoth, I'm a little surprised that there was 0 priority onto Chromie on Infernal Shrines. Like, Chromie has no bad maps, but Infernal Shrines is a pretty good map for her. I'm a little surprised there was no priority from either side, but let's go ahead and get into it. Map 1 of the Grand Finals. Yeah, very standard, like, very simple comps from both sides. Like, nothing crazy flashy. You might sit there and be like, oh, ETC in map 1? Krankle loves ETC, so that's really not too surprising to me. Alrighty, everyone, let's get into it. You have been waiting patiently, and we are here in the grand finals of Murky Cup with Skibidi Exodia in the blue, Dino Hanzo, Hunter Orc Anduin, Bloodcool Blaze, Hazuabs on the Falstad, and a Skog Diablo. Right side for Clawy Kittens, you're going to see Marina's on the Tychus, Solpaka Maiev, Krankle ETC, a Vasilio Brightwing, and Ubi Dahaka.
5.
What's up, Agma? How you doing today, bud?
2, 1.
Even-handed Blessing, Adrenaline Stimpack, Falstad Frequent Flyer, Hanzo Target Practice, and Diablo Soul Shield. Enhanced Agility, Greater Polymorph, Guitar Hero, Pursuit of Vengeance, and Quarterback Tychus. Scatter into the bush, finds the Dahaka, Twin Flames onto the wave. Dino trying to get those target practice stacks done as quickly as possible. Maiev goes in with the Spirit of Vengeance, the Umbral Bind will pull Diablo, the Leap of Faith is going to be the answer. The Jet Propulsion from Blaze coming through though, does get a stun and creates space for Diablo to back off. The wave will be cleared out and the rotations begin from mid to bottom. Dahaka and Blaze trading a little bit in the rotation up. No, it looks like there was no trade at all. Blaze was still mounted. Whoa, 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 whoa! Maiev is going to be able to dive and take down Hanzo, and this would be a camp invade coming out from Clawy Kittens, showing some things in the early stages of map number 1. Now Hanzo just get chunked and deleted there. Leap of Faith obviously not available as it was used earlier on. Hazuab's going to be working on this camp that was stolen away. Right side camp has not been grabbed, but this is going to be bottom lane Impalers also picked up. Hanzo in the top lane, maybe to help out Blaze. We do have Arcane Punisher in the top lane. Also, Dino might be here just to try and get those early stacks done onto Dahaka. Scatter, Jet Propulsion, Phase Shift from Brightwing! And that was a good just bush play, as they do get the kill onto Dahaka. Diablo lands the Shadow Charge onto Hopaka mid lane. There was a little bit of lightning rod damage into this Maiev as well, but Hazu can't find anything life-threatening. Spirit of Vengeance and Upper Bind. Dino tries to get over the wall with the natural agility, interrupted by a face melt of BTC, but then gets it afterwards. Power slide from ETC lands onto Skog, who's trying to get away, but the Leap of Faith mitigates the Umbral Bind pull. Nicely done from Hunter Orc, 70-second cooldown for Elite, as bottom lane gate is being worked on. As I mentioned, it is going to be top lane Punisher for the first. And Falstead will get his first round of damage increase at the 60 mark on his stacks. Fire Stomp for Diablo at level 4 with the Soul to Flame, Magic Spit, Sudden Vengeance, Master Assassin. Pretty standard stuff, really. At this level 4, a Censure for the Anduin. But we do have that Arcane Punisher in the top lane, ready for contest in 18 seconds. Blood Cool splits and starts working on this Bruiser camp. Might see the right side grabbed as well from Clawy Kittens. They do have a slight experience advantage by quarter level, I'd say, from the camp invade, and I think a little bit of macro, right? Or a little bit of minions, right? Yeah, about 300. Diablo getting power slid on. He uses the Shadow Charge to back away Skog. 25% health. Umbral Bind is applied, and the Blaze comes in with Pyromania active. And is going to be able to assist the Diablo. No kill into the Lord of Terror as Dino now looks to back away. Chastise not connecting onto Crankle, misses the power slide. Stun onto Dino. And the first objective still contestable, not activated yet. Overkill from Tychus to work on this camp. We do have Blaze soaking mid, Falstead and Dahaka in the bottom lane. If you're curious, because I know I am, Dahaka Brushstock available, Falstead Flight is available. Back in the top lane though, this is ETC who's matched against the wall, but Jet Propulsion interrupted by a face melt. Umbral Bind applied to a few enemies, overpower from Diablo, Vault of the Wardens, no pulls. Soul Shield did trigger as well for Skog. Level 7s do get picked up. The Bonds of Corruption once again to be picked up. Minus armor and a slow. The Haka Brushstock's into the top lane. Falstead still working on bottom. Diablo Shadow Charge on the ETC. The Umbral Bind pulls Blaze in. The Leap of Faith is going to be able to pull Skog to safety. Blood Pool pops Spyromania. Once again, the Spirit of Vengeance going in. No Sudden Vengeance activation. We do get that drag, though, landing into Blaze. Tychus is going to be able to take down the Blaze. There's no trade into Hopaka as Falstead continues to soak mid. Hazu trying to get to his first milestone, and maybe this is just Skibidi Exodia saying, we don't really want the first objective, we just want to get Falstead a lot of stacks early on, and maybe offset the experience as well from these minion kills, as it's still slightly, it's actually slightly now leading on the left-hand side. Slightly leading for Skibidi Exodia, but we have Dahaka in bottom lane. Maiev is kind of floating around, maybe looking for the kill. We do have Falstead flying into the objective area with Maiev and Dahaka in the bottom. And Dahaka will not be able to join in. Falstead gets really low. Tychus is going to fall to the Jet Propulsion and Twin Flames of Blaze. Phase Shift from Brightwing coming through. This is 14 to 35 in Skeleton Defenders. Brightwing will be taken down. Diablo's full on souls. Punisher probably goes over to the side of Clawy Kittens, but Skibidi Exodia getting a couple kills here is really nice. Gotta be careful of that Punisher backwards jump, but it's Blaze still getting the kill. Punisher jump should be triggered here. Blaze misses the Jet Propulsion onto Maiev, who got the Vault of the Wardens active. Spirit of Vengeance. Teleport to the side, little pull onto Skog. That Bonds of Corruption for the 25% slow and the 15 armor debuff. But this Punisher doesn't even get the gate. Skibidi Exodia with absolutely amazing macro in this map. Yeah, they lost the objective, but they're pulling ahead in experience. They get the kills. Uh-oh, hold on. There's going to be a fight here in mid lane. As that is Umbral Bind into the Jet Propulsion coming through. The Shadow Charge into the wall. As Fan and Ives get a couple resets for Hopaka here. Falstead in the bush just above. As the Jet Propulsion misses this time. Vault of the Wardens avoids that. We do have some Fan and Ives thrown back. But 10 talents here coming up soon. And our next Punisher is going to be at about 8 minute 48, I believe. Until then, let's talk about some heroics here, as we do have Lightning Breath, Gust for the Falstad, Bunker, Light Bomb, and Dragon's Arrow. Odin, Containment Disc, Stage Dive, Blink Heal, and Isolation. Sonic Arrow once again going out. Scouts out the enemies on this camp. There is time to rotate for this possibly. Chastise, no Shadow Charge from Skog though. Alright, so Blaze is just chilling by this camp. Tychus working on the wave above. We have ETC anchoring for the allies. Mid lane will be that next Punisher. Frozen. And Fort Gate on the left side has been pretty much taken down outside of the two side walls. Right side gate is damaged and the two towers remain okay. Blaze is working on this bottom lane camp. ETC has scouted this. Allies are rotating in. Diablo finds the overpower onto Maiev. The power slide in from ETC. We do have the light bomb applied to Bloodpool. He gets the jet propulsion in. Falston flies in as well. Ubi tries to step up. The bunker summoned by Blaze. The Odin summoned by Tychus. Terran's trading abilities. But this is going to be the call to disengage from Skibidi Exodia. They got what they wanted, which is the Odin summoning. And it should find... It's going to find some siege. A little bit of siege here and there. It's going to be utilized in a safe position to try and clear out these the Khazar camp. But this Odin is not going to get a ton of value. And a good pull coming out from the side of Skibidi Exodia. 73-second cooldown still on that Odin. But the objective should be announced very soon. Maiev is going to be in this push, though. Falstad checks. Spirit of Vengeance. Oh, that's a great leap of faith to mitigate the isolation, location, and pressure. Hazu saved by Hunter Orc. This camp will be picked up and pushed into top lane. One for three. Well, Dragon's Arrow is back, Light Bomb is back, and Bunker's up in 5, and Odin still has 23 seconds. So stepping in, power slide from ETC. Finds no stun. Blaze still in the bottom lane. 8-3 in defenders. Odin up in 10 seconds. Isolation 14. Everything available on the left-hand side. Shadow Charge goes into the wall. There's a Fire Stomp as well. We do have an overpower on the ETC. Chastise going out. I think it got a third stack as well. Containment Disc connects onto the Blaze. He summons Bunker afterwards. That's a Lightning Breath from the Diablo cooking up and slowing the enemies. Brightwing blinks to the side. Dragon's Arrow lands, but Dino cannot chase in. Brightwing blinks further away onto Holpaka as the Twin Flames from Bloodpool almost came through. The Odin has been summoned, but I don't think it's going to get the damage or the steal on this. Odin's actually about to expire as well. Stage dive in from ETC, met by the Jet Propulsion. Light Bomb misses as Diablo continues to pressure onto Tychus, but the minigun is active and Diablo needs to back away. The Spirit of Vengeance going in once again. Sudden Vengeance, percent damage, 36-25 defenders as Diablo looks for an angle onto this Tychus. Polymorph by the Brightwing, Leap of Faith from Hunter Orc saves Skog as another Chastise lands on a Crankle. This is Skog landing the Containment Disc onto your Anduin. They're trying to chase in. Anduin with relatively no mana. He's silenced for a little bit after that Containment Disc expires. That's going to be also Umbra Bind pulling Diablo to the side. They don't take down Marina as the Chastise getting another stack. The Jet Propulsion is coming through, but a Soothing Mist does trigger and heals up the allies. No one goes down. So many health bars were dropped to about 25%. Big Punisher jump onto Maiev. Hanzo's done with his target practice, has the 100 extra damage, and Hanzo takes down Maiev. Skog is low, 30 HP, but not taken down by Tychus, who is next to fall. A great push in from mid lane from Skibidi Exodia as they take down the fort. They lose no one. They get the double kill, and they have all their heroics just now coming back off cooldown with Lightning Breath available. Falstad finishes out fort. Dahaka is going to harass onto Anduin, but that's that.
Blue team's Punisher has fallen.
What's up, Mudfly? How you doing today, bud? $133 stacks for Falstad for Hazu. Gonna get a few more here. Punisher went down. Let's take a look at the minimap and see where the preview is for our next one. Should have that preview popping up in just a couple seconds. Will be our third Punisher of the map as we enter into 11.5 minutes in-game time. It's gonna be top lane Punisher at like sub 14, like just sub 14 minutes, I think. It's like 13 and a half minutes, I think, is where the next announcement is. Fan and Knives go out from Maev. Fire Stomp from Diablo answers back. He is going to go into Fire Stomp at level 13 as well with that Hellfire. 16 talent tiers here. Dragon's Arrow fired in by Dino. There's going to be Falstead hammering going through. The Light Bomb applied. Soothing Mist from Brightwing. ETC does get the camp as Containment Disc was applied to the Diablo. Leap of Faith pulls Falstead to safety. Is there a gust to be utilized to maybe create space for the Diablo? Stage dive in from ETC. Is there an angle for Diablo to get a Shadow Charge into Crankle, who does land that Power Slide Stun? The Umbervine pulling Scope back in. Another Fire Stomp activation. Blaze still soaking and pushing onto a top lane fort. Dahaka pushing up the mid lane wave. The camp will not be picked up by the side of Skibidi Exodius, stolen by Clawy Kittens. But Blaze is another wave pushed up onto the fort, and this fort is down to about 50% health. The Haka Dark Swarms the wave and will be able to cancel that out. Hanzo finishes out the mid lane. Khazra, actually, it looks like they're going to let the minion wave deal with that. Diablo coming back into bottom lane with the Shadow Charge, answered by a Chastise. Sorry, by an Umbrabine of Maev. Chastise did go out for an attempted 5th stack. Blaze looking for the flank, but an ETC face melt interrupt was beautifully done there. Diablo's souls have been consumed. He's rotating back in. Umbrabine from Hopaka. Some Fan and Knife resets as well. Bunker summoned by the Blaze. Gust for full set up in 6 seconds. And the objective will be announced in roughly 20. Alright, so Diablo, Souls 27, 144 stacks for Falstad, 5 Piercing Light, 8 Enhanced Agility of 10, 2 Feeding Frenzy for Dahaka, and Master Assassin at 2 stacks. How is Diablo not dead there? I'd like you all to meet Hunter Orc, an amazing healer. Thanks for casting. Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. Always appreciate you all being here and hanging out with me. A lot of places you can be watching content on Twitch, so thanks for choosing this little cozy corner. So the objective, as I mentioned, available sub 14 minutes, and it's going to be right now available as we do get no right side Fallen Shaman to be grabbed. Left side picked up by Skibidi Exodia, 6-3 in kills. And it's about 17 3/4 for both sides. Sonic Arrow sees the Tychus. The objective's already got 11 stacks for the members of Clawy Kittens, as this is Falstad in bottom lane. The old Hazu just CCL macro. It's like, team, we don't need the Mortar Punisher. I'll just split push in bottom lane, get nearly an entire fort, if not actually the entire fort with this siege right here, and we just defend top lane again. Now, Dahaka did brush talk into bottom, so he's going to clear out the wave, so he does not get this fort. Blaze looking to steal away this camp. Third Punisher has gone over to the left hand or the right hand side of Clawy Kittens. As I can see, fort to be taken down. Odin is available as well for Marinas if they want to pop it. Falstad flies in a little deep right there. Barrel rolls aside. Stage dive from ETC will be coming through the gust from Falstad, pushing people to the side. That will be Lightning Breath canceled early. Containment Disc will follow that up. Punisher slapping onto this bunker that Blaze has summoned. The Punisher will be dropped in just a moment. Dragon's Arrow lands and Scope will be taken down. Not enough Fire Stomp healing this time. And Diablo had 54 souls. Punisher is going to be taken down. 18.5 minutes will be the next one. For the 4th Punisher of the map, as the Impaler camp of mid lane that was grabbed by Blaze is pushing up a little bit. The bottom fort, 50%. Top lane fort, similar. And it is still 5-5 in structures. 19.5 for just about both teams, as Maev will get a phase shift from Brightwing into bottom. Polymorph lands onto Bloodcool. Oh yeah, I was just memeing about the Hunter Orc thing. Yeah, it's Diablo healed from massive Fire Stomp value. And then he also had his spell shield active as well, but there's, you know, a lot of auto attack damage on the right-hand side. But all in all, yeah, a lot of good Fire Stomp value. 21st on the right side, Vigorous Volter automatically picked up. We do have that big red button, that Shadow Orb Vengeance, excuse me. We also do see your Contagion, Ride the Lightning ETC, and Invisible Friends for Brightwing. Left side, we do get our heroics as well. Hellgate, Diablo, Fortified Bunker, Winning Tunnel, Bullseye, and Anduin is Censure. Alright. Still a little bit to go for this next objective. Diablo fire stomps and scouts out this camp being taken. I have Spirit of Vengeance thrown to the side. She'll get the channel and then blink away. Divine Stars just to check bushes as Anduin plays it safe. ETC stepping up and set up in the bush. Hazu is going to be able to get the hammering check. Alright, well, if this objective is won by Clawy Kittens, what are they going to be able to knock on? It's going to be a keep gate, maybe get the keep. Fort probably goes down if Skibidi Exodia gets this, and then maybe they get keep gate. Depends on how many kills are going to be picked up from either side. Fallen Shaman left side, 21 seconds. As we do have the right side already being grabbed here, but we don't have the announcement of the objective yet, so it's a little bit of an early grab, but it does have a very far way to go in the lane before it puts pressure onto the keep gate, as the port was taken down from the last Punisher.
Another shrine will be ready soon.
This left side just now coming off cooldown. You still have 23 seconds to the Punisher. Dahaka's in the bush. Brightwing checks with an Arcane Flare. Scatters from Dino being fired out. Diablo Fire Stomp. But Ubi is going to be fine. I don't think there's going to be any invade. Uh-oh, Falstad. Isolation. Into a drag. Into the drag. Falstad. Leap of Faith. Dragon's Arrow misses. I thought Dahaka had that killed. Nice Leap of Faith. As the objective number 4 has been started. Frozen Punisher for bottom lane. Huge siege value could be picked up. And this is Skibidi Exodia all arriving. Odin's been summoned with Big Red Button as well. Dahaka brush talks in. Power slide in from ETC, finds no stun. Diablo putting the pressure onto Hopaka. Falstad, Wind Tunnel up against the wall. They're going to isolate the Brightwing, but she blinks over to the allies. Containment Disc onto Diablo. Stage dive from ETC. As I mentioned, she went Ride the Lightning level 20 for that Bolt of the Storm effectively. Big Red Button takes down the bunker as Diablo finds a Shadow Charge into the Dahaka, who will burrow for a moment. The Bullseye coming out from Hans with Big Red Button getting some damage in, but that is Brightwing first to fall. ETC face melt. Crankle trying to get away from Diablo. 25 to 31 in defenders. The Fallen Shaman in top lane pushing up. Blood Cool was on literal single-digit HP, but will fall to the melting point of Tychus. Diablo's picked up as well. 36 to 35 in defenders, and this is going to be Clawy Kittens able to get this objective. The Fallen Shaman of top lane will be cleared out by the tower shots. This could be huge for Clawy Kittens. 41 seconds on Blaze. 29 for the Brightwing. She'll have Hyper Shift, I assume, when she respawns. Indeed, she does. Lane wave pushed up a little bit. Punisher still working its... Hopaka. Nice vault to the Wardens to avoid any follow-up damage. Scatter just pokes onto Ubi. Punisher jumps into the gate. Frost Nova's activating. Tychus Grenade coming through as well. No Odin for 17 seconds, and it looks like this Punisher is not going to be further assisted. 10 seconds on Blaze. All right. Next Punisher, 23-21 in-game time. 30 seconds earlier for the announcement. What's up, Pacer? How you doing today, bud? Welcome in. Paler camp. Azra's for bottom. Minion wave being pushed up. Hopaka clearing that. Crankle in the bush just below in case needs to assist. Does he have Ride the Lightning available? Indeed he does. Odin now being summoned for further assist. The power slide forward after the Ride the Lightning to try and get the stun onto Dino. But Dino was able to back away. Falstad flies in looking for the Wind Tunnel angle into this little alcove. Maiev is split from the team. Can she get away? Big Soothing Mist from Brightwing. The containment is to find a way. It's on to Diablo, but that is going to be Maiev and Brightwing taken down. Light Bomb misses, but the Jet Propulsion doesn't. The Chastise to follow up, and Dahaka is next to fall. Impaler's over here still getting damage onto this keep. Dino will clear that out. And this is going to be your next objective, mid lane. As I mentioned, 23 minutes, 21 seconds in-game time for the contested phasing. And with that mid lane being the next objective, pressure is going to be applied to this mid lane keep gate. Trying to open this up a little bit. so that if Skibidi Exodia are able to grab this, they have that assisted siege, or earlier siege, and then also maybe the ability to play off the Punisher jump because they've taken down the gate. So now Punisher can jump further in and maybe find a target. His death timers are kind of low right now. I could see Keep being taken down, but I don't think they would advance into core. Right Wing is 5. Maiev up in 4. And also 267 stacks for the Falstad. The sidewalls are going to be taken down as well. So a win condition set up through mid lane for the side of Skibidi Exodia in this map number 1 best of 7 series grand finals. The Sonic arrow to check the corridor on the right-hand side. No enemies obviously scouted, as we do have Dahaka heading to top lane. All 10 members, or all 10 players are in. This Falstad's nearing that 300 stacks for the mythic upgrade on that damage. The big thing, right now Falstad Hazuabs has 70 additional auto attack damage. If he gets that 300, it is an additional 125 on top of that, so 195. Plus his base scaling as well, so it's significant. It's a significant jump, and Hazuabs just needs 29 more minions. Also, heroic kills do give 5. Pressure is mounting as we have our objective ready for contest. Hazu and Bloodpool immediately working through this. Diablo helping out a little bit. Dino able to get that bullseye. The censure from Anduin. Jet Propulsion to follow up that initial stun. As Falstad barrel rolls to the side of the Dahaka. Scouted by the Hammering. 15-2 in defenders. Fallen Shamans clashing in top lane. No other camps or pressure. Diablo looks at the Shadow Charge into ETC with the Light Bomb. Does land it. Krankle gets beaten up as Lightning Breath will be canceled early. Odin to be summoned. 20-14 in defenders. Isolation Contagion did splash into Dino and Hazu. 20-20 in defenders. Dahaka Blaze working on this objective area. Spirit of Vengeance going in. Big red button. There's going to be a Jet Propulsion on to Maiev. She'll pop. She'll activate Vault of the Wardens. As a phase shift from Brightwing will be applied. I think that might have been a misclick over onto Dahaka because he was like full HP, I feel. That might have been a small misclick on that phase shift. But either way, there's going to be a little blink over to Holpaka. Probably uses Spirit of Vengeance to get over the wall, or just rotates through bottom lane. This Punisher is advancing straight to core. Diablo comes in with the Shadow Charge immediately on to Marina, as there is going to be Holpaka looking for the big Fan of Knives YouTube play. Spirit of Vengeance going in once again. Dahaka looking for some sort of drag onto Hazu, and that is going to be Maiev able to get the kill. The drag lands onto Diablo. He's pulled into tower shots bottom lane. The Umbra Bind continuing to put pressure, as that is Diablo next to go down. Souls to be consumed, as Holpaka and Vasily are so very low. Marina's as well. Sage Dive from ETC lands. Dragon's Arrow from Dino takes down the Brightwing off screen. And Punisher at 83%. Can the members of Skibidi Exodia end here, or does our map number 1 of this grand finals continue with a Punisher not ending on course? 60% remaining. Diablo almost here. The Fallen Shaman did win out in top lane. Look at that catapult damage on this core right now. But speaking of cores, 80%. Punisher jumps over after Diablo lands the overpower into ETC. And that is going to also be Maiev picked off by Hanzo. We're looking at a core shield and HP dropping low. This is looking like Skibidi Exodia will be victorious in this map number 1. That is going to be Punisher not getting the Finland. Punisher was one auto attack away from assisting in a Finland for Skibidi Exodia, but a massive GG well played. A great game number 1, and gosh, I hope this is just a teaser, a taste, an amuse-bouche of what we're going to be getting for the remainder of this Best of 7 series. I hope we see a ton of back and forth, and I'm hoping for a map number 7. But we're going to go ahead and get rid of the ads, because no one likes ads in the middle of a game. That's why we run them after the map is over. So we're going to go ahead and roll those ads out. If you'd like to support the stream and help us hit our sub goal, we're currently 11 subs away. If you'd like to use your Prime Gaming, if you'd like to start a reoccurring Tier 1 sub, it helps out a ton. You can jump scare me monthly with a Tier 2 sub, or you can have the best Tier 3 alert in all of Twitch. That's not a bait. That is the truth. But as I said, we're going to roll those ads and get ready for map number 2, this Best of 7 Grand Finals. Alright, so pay out the gamble of Skibidi Exodia. And we'll find out where we're going to for map number 2. I have to keep sitting on my hands because my hands are so cold today. Kalva, thank you for joining the YouTube channel. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, bud. That support is always appreciated. Skippity Exodia wins map 1. Score is updated. Next lobby will get made. And once that lobby gets made, I'm going to run and grab my third cup of tea today. Yo, what's up, Divine? How you doing? Rip your points. They're not gone. They've just found a new home. That's what we like to say here. That's, you know, we don't like to send points to the void because we like to have fun times with the channel points here. What are we gonna see here though? So it looks like losing side opted in for first pick priority, so winning side will get map pick. Do we keep it thematic and we just go to Battlefield? We just run Infernal Shrines into Battlefield? I could definitely see that. And just keep the Diablo-themed maps going here. Ugh. Otherwise, how's everyone's Sunday? Hopefully it's been a very enjoyable weekend so far for you. They'll make someone else happy. And then maybe you can steal them back from that person. You never know. You never know. I've definitely had in different Twitch channels, I've definitely traded back and forth points with another viewer. Not like intentional or anything, but just we've had those like, oh, like I'll bet, you know, like 10,000, they bet 10,000. We're just trading back and forth our points to each other. All right, where do we want to go to for map number 2? What does Skibbity Exodia have in their game plan for a map 2 priority? If they, I assume they have a game plan, or I guess maybe they vibe and figure out where they want to go to. But we have been seeing a lot of Alterac for map number 2, so we could see Alterac. I could see Battlefield. Dragonshire does pop up. We have not had a lot of Dragonshire, I feel like, in this tournament. I want to say we've had maybe like 4 or 5 Dragonshire maps. I feel like it has not been super popular. Haunted Mines has seen 0 play. I think we've had like 2, maybe 3 Braxis games. Spiders. I would not mind Tomb of the Spider Queen. I would not mind it. It's very similar in the double soak style, you know, from top to mid. Then you have your Soul Lane and bottom. Smaller map, obviously, but you still have Webweaver Siege value as well. But yeah, I could definitely see Tomb of the Spider Queen being the next map. I mean, the map pool for this tournament's pretty solid, honestly. Oh, by the way, the Eternal Conflict is going to be starting next Sunday. And they did say that they're going to be putting Garden Terror Classic in the map rotation, as the map pool is going to change every weekend. So that'll be exciting. We're going to head to... Someone go wake up, forget what? We're heading to Alterac Pass. I knew it. I just knew it. I don't know why, but I just knew it was going to be Alterac Pass. Alrighty. Is Ubi the designated lobby maker for this series? Alright. Alterac will be map number 2. I'll get the prediction pre-written, and I will, there is my lobby. Let's get a lobby link for those that may need it, and then I'm gonna go grab that cup of tea. I'll be right back. right. Readies are out. We've got another cup of tea. Alrighty, thank you for your patience, everyone. Sorry about the slight delay, but we are back into it. God, it's so cold in the house. I love it. From it being so hot for so long, it's 61 degrees in the hallway. So like this room is like 62, which is like 14 Fahrenheit. It's beautifully cold. Welcome back, everybody! Map number 2 in the Best of 7 series. On the left-hand side, it continues to be Skibidi Exodia. The right side, it will be still Clawy Kittens, who will have first pick priority as the losing side of Infernal Shrines. This is going to be map choice then from Skibidi Exodia for Alterac Pass. As I said, someone go wake up forget what from his hangover nap. So what do we want to see to be removed here? Obviously, the 10 heroes from map number 1 cannot be played again. Alterac Pass, as I mentioned in the previous series, Junkrat's really solid for this map because he can delay over the wall for the objective channel. Li Ming sees some priority as well. Genji, who has not been played yet in this series, could also be picked up. And that would be good harassment as well. Lucio, another hero that can harass quite well. Medivh could see some play here, unless the members of Skibidi Exodia want to perma-ban Medivh throughout the series, which I would not be opposed to. Nubrak is also a hefty priority for this map because he can solo the objective pretty easily. He also has great delay with stuns. And Beetles, you also have your level 4... Bed of Barbs, which is a 3.5 second persisting impale on the ground with a little slow. Another way to delay objectives. So we'll see. There's so much that you can do. Abathur also sees play on this map. There's a clip, by the way, if you want to check it out. There's a clip from yesterday of Hazu getting blasted as Abathur from a Diva mech explosion. Very funny clip. It should be like the top clip at the in the top bar. But Medivh will be available, as we do have your Johanna Hogger banned away on the left side, Lucio and Tyrael removed by Clawy Kittens. Alright, so the Kittens, what do they want to do for their first pick? Is it a solo lane pickup like your Rel or something that they want, or... I don't think they like first pick a Medivh. I think it's going to be some sort of healer, or sorry, some sort of solo lane or main tank. Oh no, I was right with my misspeech right there. It is going to be a first pick healer. I don't hate the Rhaegar whatsoever. I mean, he's just solid through and through. A lot of team fight ability. Ancestral's massive. What do they want to do, though, for Skibidi? So there's the Li Ming. A Nubrak picked up as well. I like it a lot. I feel like it could be like a Ana Malthael potentially for Skibidi Exodia. Malthael doesn't do too bad on the Null Pack camp. Nano Boost can be applied to Li Ming or Malthael if they want to go Torment to Souls. Definitely could see that direction. Tracer will be taken, and Yrel grabbed as well. Tracer's really good at breaking people out of the cocoon with her rapid sustained damage. She also can recall or blink and to recall to avoid the Nubrak cocoon. So she's kind of a good target. It's just you have to cooldown count if you really want to be effective with the cocoon onto Tracer. Otherwise, the target, if Tracer's around, gets broken up really quickly with her rapid damage. Band-wise, though, on the right, Malfurion isn't really going to be picked up because Rhaegar was the healer. It is going to be Arthas grab, which I actually do like the Arthas ban. Sorry, the Arthas ban, not grab. Arthas will be banned away. I like it because his baseline Frozen Tempest is a great way to slow people and hold them in place for Tracer then chase in. You also have Howling Blast. You have armor debuff with the level 4 Shattered Armor, which is great for, once again, Tracer. Yrel does have an armor debuff at level 16 with her Templar's Verdict, as well as percent-based damage on that. What do they want to do with Li Ming and Nubrak? As I said, I like the Malthael Ana here, and then you could flex that last pick into maybe like a Cassia to blind the Tracer. We do know that Dino does like to play that. It's going to be Deckard and Hammer, which I was not anticipating, but, you know, exciting stuff. I'm a big Deckard Cain fan. So they'll see what this last pick's going to be. It's going to be, well, it's going to be a bruiser for sure. into the URLs, what do they want to go? Do they want a Leoric, a Malthael, Divas up as well? You could consider that. Last 2 picks on the right-hand side with the Rhaegar, Tracer, Yrel. I don't hate a Muradin with this. I think that could work out pretty well for them. And then the Gul'dan is really nice for poke, clear. Horrify is great to control boss potentially. Corruption onto Sergeant Hammers should be easy to land. It could be a corruption game. It could be Echoes of Corruption into the Sergeant Hammer. Not too hard to get those stacks early on. But I think Fell Flame, Poke, and Wave Clear is probably going to be the direction it goes into. Last pick on the left-hand side. What is it going to be? What do they want to do solo lane-wise into the URL?
I bring pandemonium.
It's going to be our best friend, Chen. All right, we got a brew-soaked panda coming in for the last pick on the left side. I like, once again, I mean, I said it in the first draft, and I'll say it again for this one. I like both drafts quite a bit. There's boss control from either side. There's a lot of really good CC baseline. Heroics are going to be great. I think we're in for another barn burner, I think is the phrasing for that. Either way, get your gambles in. We're in for another great matchup. That's I'll say that. I'll say it that way. I think barn burner would be like if we go to a map 7. I think that's the phrasing for that. Or the idiom? I think idiom is the right word. Alrighty, here we go, everybody. Skibbity Exodia on the left-hand side with Hunter Orc on the left, or sorry, Hunter Orc on the Deckard Kane, Azuab Sergeant Hammer, Bloodcool Chen, Li Ming Dino, and Skoga Nubarek, as it looks like they did not swap. Okay. Yep. Good guy. Alright. This will only take seconds. I read a interesting fact that during, it was World War II, I think it was, the German tanks there was like rats that got into like the German tanks and bit through and like chewed through the wires, and that was one of the reasons why like Germany lost like a specific battle or something like that, because like basically rats chewed through the wiring of their tanks. There was some weird tidbit I read like a month ago, and it just popped in my head when you said that, Moodier. You're being functional and you made an omelet. Nice. Nice. Food is good. All right, so we just had to remake this lobby really quickly because one of the... they didn't swap. They didn't swap to their characters correctly, so we're going to get everyone back into the lobby. We don't have to go through drafts and stuff, so yeah. Chat, who do I all in on? You can't choose. I say Clawy Kittens, but that's because I want it to be a 1-1 score in this best of 7. I don't have a horse in the race. I'm not rooting for one of these teams. I'm rooting for max games. So that's what I would say, is bet for Clawy Kittens. But either way, let's go ahead and get into it. We do have everyone in the lobby, and we will fly on into Alterac Pass in just a moment. Here we go. But since we had this remake, keep in mind you only have minute 30 to get your Twitch prediction in. Alright, it is going to be left side, as we had mentioned. Skibbity Exodia with the Hunter Orc Deckard. Li Ming played by Dino. Nubrak Skog, Chen Bloodcool, and Hazuab's on the Hammer. Right side is Clawy Kittens. It is going to be your Holpaka Tracer, Marina's Gul'dan, Vasily on the Rhaegar, Ubi Yrel, and Krankle playing the big bad Muradin. We'll see if Krankle can get max stacks again. We did see Krankle get 160 It's Hammer Time stacks in the first map of that first best of 5 of the day, I believe. Deckard Kane going to be going Sapphire. You do have your Force Armor for Li Ming. Also be looking at the Legion of Beetles, freshest ingredients, and Sergeant Hammer is going to pick up her Advanced Artillery as the parting gift from Tracer at level 1 is going to be utilized onto that Li Ming. Does give you 7% of your charge per little grenade hit. Also is a little bit slow on that, as you saw in Li Ming. It is Corruption Gul'dan. We were talking about that a little bit in the draft. Corruption into the Sergeant Hammer kind of makes sense. Try and get those stacks easily. damage over time is huge. You get the triple strikes when you hit the 40 mark. And at 85 stacks for the Gul'dan here, you have your Mythic for 100% of the damage dealt returns as healing. Dauntless Urel, Feral Heart on the Rhaegar, as well as the third Wind Murden for a little extra sustainability. Hammer helping out Hunter Orc here. More so Hunter Orc helping out Hazu, let's be honest. The real assassin, Deckard Cain. But the Sapphire does increase your slow significantly when applied to the Haradra Cube and hitting an enemy hero, up to a 65% slow. As Tracer gets the recall after that, burrow in, and now Dino's hit with the Pulse Bomb. That is going to be Tracer blinking forward, and that is Hopaka getting the kill into Dino. And as a lot of us know, Dino's a really, 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 really good Tracer player. So there's maybe, I don't know, maybe like a little bit of, I'm trying to figure out the right word for it. Utilizing someone else's main hero or known hero to kill them. There's a phrase for it, and I just can't nail it. But either way, let's continue into this, as this will be your slight advantage on the right side of Clawy Kittens here. We'll hit level 4 first. Consume Soul Gul'dan is pretty standard. Reverb Murden, no Thunder Burn or anything like that. First objective will be on the northern side of the map at 2:30. You'll have the announcement, 3-minute for the contested phase, 1 jailer, and 25 seconds of channel time necessary. Withering Flames for the Withering Fire for the Chen. So it's going to be your significant 60% spell power debuff for 4 seconds. Triumvirate, pretty standard stuff. There's the Bed of Barbs, as we talked about a little bit as well. That 3.5 second persisting damage on the ground with the little bit of slow on that as well. So, Stoffel, how you doing, bud? I went all in on Skibidi yesterday. It was the map they lost. I'm sorry to laugh at your misery, but it's kind of funny. Oh, man. All right, so let's continue into this as we do have the first objective available. In mid lane, the Null packs are pushing in. Hazu's going to back away, throw down some spider mines, reset in front of the gate, and trying to avoid some of those Gul'dan corruption hits there. I wonder if we're going to see Bound by Shadow for Marinas. Bound by Shadow gives you a 1.75 second cooldown for enemy hero hit with your Fel Flame for your corruption. And it's a nice way to get rapid cooldown the corruption as well as get more stacks out. And it's 14 seconds as Bloodpool gets a flying kick onto Hopaka, who blinks to the side. Skullcracker. So we're going to just see Hunger for Power instead. Hunger for Power, the more standard one. That's a lot of damage onto this. Sergeant Hammer and Nubrak burrowing to disengage. Hazu is going to be able to use Hyper Thrusters and grabs a little bit of Potion of Healing from the Deckard Cain Urel with the Avenging Rav out. I think it was anticipating Dino to step up there. A very low Rhaegar is going to be taken down, and Gul'dan to fall next. And the objective does go over to the side of Clawy Kittens, but will they be able to get Ubi out of here? The Hand of Freedom will be used. There's going to be a double back to avoid the Anubrak burrow, and that is Deckard Cain, as I said, the real assassin, getting the kill. Triple kill in favor of Skibidi Exodia, as Clawy Kittens will get the objective. Now, Rhaegar and Gul'dan have respawned. They're going to be a little bit behind this objective. Mid lane probably gets cleared mostly in wave by the Hammer. Li Ming heading to bottom. We do have Chen and top already working on this. And I do want to point out there's going to be a significant healing debuff when applied to the Haradra Cube with that Emerald level 7 of Deckard Cain. 75% healing debuff for 4 seconds. More Fel Flames fire in. It does look like this is going to get a small amount of siege. In bottom lane, though, Tracer's going to land the Pulse Bomb on a Dino. And that'll be Dino taken down by Hopaka, but the tower shot recall. Deckard is going to get a small bonk, but no Haradric Staff, as the next objective will be 8 minutes and 13 seconds in game time for the contested phasing. Until then, we'll see 10 Talontiers being picked up. We might see a Ford at bottom lane taken down, but minion wave is getting thin, and Nubrak has to burrow charge to safety. A lot of potions set up here as Tracer needs to blink away from tower shots. Sidewall being taken down to generate more Pulse Bomb channel. Actually, it looks like it is fully charged right now. Rankle stepping up into Hunter Orc. There's a pulse bomb landing into Sergeant Hammer. The recall from Tracer back over. That is going to be Li Ming getting a bit of revenge. And they take down the Gul'dan. Dino getting the wave of force to push Crankle back in to the Li Ming and the friends, but that will not be a follow-up kill into Muradin. But an immediate call for the bottom lane boss from Skibidi Exodia. Blood Force Gun, Wandering Keg, Cocoon, Wave of Force, and Stay While and Listen. On the opposing side, Horrify, Ancestral, Ardent Defender. Muradin holding, I'm assuming it's Avatar. Yeah, Crankle, I don't know. I don't think Crankle really ever plays Haymaker. That's a beautiful Stay a While and Listen from Hunter right there. Muradin tries to Dwarf Toss in. He is going to get doped on by a Nubrak, has to pop the Avatar. Scroll of Ceiling lands. Haradric Cube did have that Emerald, and Muradin's going to die. Skibidi Exodia pick up multiple kills here as the second objective is contestable. Oh, it's not a 3-minute cooldown. It's a 2-minute. Alright, so bottom lane Golem, or boss, is going to be working its way through Fort Gate, gets some damage on the fort. Hazu uses Hyper Thrusters and backs away. Early game advantage going over to the side of Skibidi Exodia with these kills. We'll see if there's going to be Claw Kittens able to find the channel here. They do have 2 jailers to deal with. Hazuab's Concussive Blast will force back the enemies. As Hazu does have the Hover Siege level 7 now. Or, well, has had it for a little bit. Just forgot to mention for you all. No channel. Couple beetles from a Nubrak dealt with by Muradin. Crankle, by the way, 4 stacks away from the Piercing Stormbolt and that 0.5 second cooldown for auto. Nullpack is going to be pushing in through mid. Li Ming is applying a few magic missiles and arcane orbs to the gate here and there. Flying Kick does land. There's going to be Corruption out from Gul'dan up to 25 stacks. 15 to go for that strikes in the reverse direction. Some jailers will be pulled by a Nubrak. Looks like he's going to try and clear those out. Urel is still clearing mid lane. And she'll be able to finish that out now. Chen with a little breath of fire onto that fort gate. Crankle maybe has his trait kick in here. A little chain heal from Rhaegar. Does go out. Urel with the Avenging Wrath over the wall. Scroll of Sealing Zones. Scope tries to get the channel interrupted by a Vindication. And more Arcane Orbs continue to poke out, but no Triumvirate reset right there or cooldown. 13 does get picked up on the left-hand side, and you do have the Ancient Blessings from Decker Kane as a big thing to mention. No delay, no poke over the wall from anything, and it is channel going over to the side of Skibidi Exodia. Chen heads to bottom to go deal with the wave. Urel with the Avenging Wrath in, but a concussive blast pushes back. Urel, Tracer's gonna need to try and blink away. Cocoon does land on a Tracer. Gul'dan chunked, gets the Ancestral, the Blood Force Gun, interrupting Ubi channel, but the Wandering Keg rolls through, and that'll be Gul'dan taken down. Pulse Bomb from Tracer goes out, but it's her to be taken down. Basilio will be the next to fall. Reset City for Dino as he's looking for maybe more enemies to kill, but just ends up going into mid lane wave for globes and wave clear. Nubrak and Deckard finish up the objective. Deckard actually recalling for full mana and health, and this is going to be Sergeant Hammer already pressuring into bottom.
Let's do this!
All right, 56 stacks for the Muradin. Our blue objective is coming in. The Alliance Cavalry moving into waves, and we'll see what is... Oh, wait, Horrify from Gul'dan in mid lane. That'll be Li Ming to be taken down. Sergeant Hammer does get the fort in bottom lane during all of that. Is this going to be Skog falling? No, it doesn't look like it. The objective will be the priority clear here, as this is also going to be Ubi in top lane. Righteous Hammer pushing around Chen. Trying to clear out the minion wave as Nubrak burrows, misses that initial hit onto Ubi, who does get hit by the Impale. There will be the Ardent Defender activated. Cocoon lands onto Urel. Muradin misses the Stormbolt and Hunter Orc pops that Avatar chasing onto the old man Decker Kane, trying to send him back to the retirement home, but it does not look like it is his time to be heading to the retirement home, as that is a Crankle mashed into the wall by a Wandering Kick from Bloodcool. Objective will be back up around 12 minutes in-game time. Until then, we're looking at 16 for the side of Skibidi Exodia. A level lead is formed, a 6-kill advantage, and Skibidi Exodia are controlling map number 2, Alterac Pass, and keep in mind, this is their map choice. First pick was prioritized by the losing squad as we go back into the top lane. This boss is going to be around 50%. Crankle, dwarf tossing, stay a while. Tracer, I think, tried to blink in and get a pulse bomb, but misses the pulse bomb activation. Did get the recall. Boss is going to be fully leashed to full. Scope checks. And with 16 just about here, they are going to re-engage on the side of Skibidi Exodia. Stormbolt lands from Crankle. Thunderclap on the ground as well. Burrow charge. Misses any stun. Murden dwarf tosses to safety. It is Roderick's staff, by the way, for the Deckercade. He has that 0.75 second stun. You can see the glow on his staff. I believe it's a 5-second cooldown. Yep. Arcane orbs flying in, magic missiles. Able to weaken this fort as the objective is going to be announced right there. As I said, about 12 minutes in game time. And this is probably top lane fort taken down. No 16 available still. And now they're calling for boss. Yrel is soaking, or heading towards bottom for soak. They have to know that this boss is being attempted, but will they step in for it? Crankle's going to dwarf toss in. Siege tactics from Hazu activated. Horrify is available if they want to try and do like a Horrify steal. No, I'm actually looking at the minimap and we already see Tracer trying to pull the jailers to the side. Basilio gets the channel, and that'll be some channel time in favor of Clydekins. They do have 16 talents here with that Templar's Verdict, the imposing presence. You do have that Ruinous Affliction as well with 6 stacks to go for the strikes in the reverse direction. Rhaegar is not going to go into Earthgrass Totem. He's going to pick up the Hunger of the Wolf, of the rare level 16. Wandering Keg from Chen, pushing this Gul'dan to the side. The Burrow Charge from Manubrak coming through as well, but the chain heals are coming through, and that is going to be objective delayed, or at least counter channel. That will be a Nubrak picked off after the Horrify does connect, and I think this is call for the objective channel once again. Boston top lane getting some decent siege. Blunt Force Gun interrupts the Rhaegar on the right side. Yrel is unable to back away. She did pop Ardent Restoration as well. Ardent Defender, excuse me. Pulse Bomb onto Deckard. Big Sticky Bomb slow. Gonna try and take down the old man as he gets to stay a while and listen. Tracer recalls and it actually ends up inside that stay a while. Gul'dan trying to chunk onto Chen, who's chasing on a Hopaka. The Tracer gets a quick chain heal. Crankle will fall as well. Li Ming now looking for the reset into Hopaka, who blinks further away. Boston top lane still slamming through Keep Gate, and will take that down completely. But now we have Chen and friends getting the objective channel. And this could be objective over to the side of Skibidi Exodia. 2 seconds on Yrel, 20 for the Muradin. I think there's a chance to contest here. Alliance always cheating, right, LaFacia? I agree. The Horde would never do something so dishonorable. Contest over this camp. We have Murden just now returning from death. 12 seconds of channel time necessary. Roderick Cube with the Sapphire on to Marinas. There's going to be a Burrow Charge. Li Ming and friends are going to try and dive onto the Gul'dan. Pulse Bomb goes out. Wandering Keg displacing. There's going to be a Cocoon onto Yrel. Objective will find its way over to the side of Skibidi Exodia. Horrify from Gul'dan. They're going to try and take down Bloodcool, but the flying kick from Chen allows them to back away. The stay while and listen zones. And that'll be the end of it. Second objective. Maneuvering into lane in favor of Skibidi Exodia. I gotta say, Skibidi has shown up. They're looking really strong here. This is probably gonna be mid-fort to be taken down. Chen's pushing top lane wave, and that keep gates already been opened up from that boss earlier. Impale lands onto the Rhaegar. He avoids any scrollless ceiling stun, and that will be your... Or sorry, Root. That will be Deckercade taken down. Skog is the next one to be felled as well. And now Crankle chases onto Hazu. Avatar activated. Stormbolt lands. Tracer sustained damage is there. 97 stacks as the Wonder King pushes this Gul'dan into the corner, but now Muradin and friends are going to step back up. 44 stacks for the Gul'dan on that level 1, so he's got the returning steps, and Crankle needs 59 more stacks on its hammer time, to be able to get that 50% range increase, 100% width increase, and piercing all targets. As the top lane objective will confirm this keep. Bottom lane saved by the Yrel, and mid lane will be cleared out as well. Next objective, 17 something in game time.
Best you can do, Frost Wolves. It won't be enough.
As a bottom lane boss is being looked at by Crankle. Chen drinking up some brew. Top lane boss is a minute 18. I don't think they can double boss here, but they get bottom boss. They confirm this fort. And then maybe pivot into mid and try and get a secondary fort as well. The death timers have already come through, so maybe you can't do that. Chen does have Wandering Keg. And he's being controlled by the enemies a bit here. Has to use the Wandering Keg to actually disengage. Top lane boss, 52 seconds. Top lane wave is pushing in as well, and there's still a fort here, so you do have the constant Reaver minion, which has 50 armor, or sorry, 50 physical armor. Significant amount of health as well. No increased damage to structures, but all in all, that is going to be top lane wave needing to be managed pretty consistently until that fort goes down. Bottom lane fort falls to the boss, and my god, the clear on this is so good. 20 seconds for the objective. Respect the elderly, repulsion, rewind a Nubarak, as well as your purifying brew, and that is ultra capacitors, which, by the way, now triggers on structures as well as heroes. Chen flying kicks into the wave. We do have Mountain King, Seraphim, Farseer's Blessing, Haunt, and that is going to be your heavy-handed with the Get Stuffed at level 1620 for Tracer. The Stay While Enlisted, Respect the Elderly does connect onto a couple. Blood Force Gun and Li Ming, that is gonna be Dino popping off for the double kill. As Repulsion pushes Gul'dan to the side, he gets the, oh no, the minus 100% healing. Oh my god, Gul'dan is his own worst enemy because it was the Emerald plus Gul'dan's level 7 right there. That's why it was minus 100. Objective channeled by Sergeant Hammer. We do have the mid lane wave cleared out, and this is looking good for Skibidi Exodia to get a 4th objective in their favor. Chen is currently working on a boss top lane. Dino's on his way up to help Blood Cool. But, I mean, I feel like I don't think they're going to push in through top lane to win. I think they just literally grab boss, let it do its thing, and then prioritize bottom lane siege. Or maybe mid lane, actually, because Nubarak is grabbing this left side camp. Camps do despawn, if I'm not mistaken, on this map when the objective is channeled. Murden's unable to get there in time. Good timing from Hazu. Li Ming and Shen are going to be able to finish out this golem. Invade on this left side camp, though. That was a really smart invade. Alright, so what's the clear plan from the side of Clawy Kittens? We have Yrel Hearthing. Tracer is gonna get pushed by the Repulsion almost into the Arcane Orb, which might have been fatal. Magic Missiles continue to fire out. Dwarf Toss from Murden, the Horrify from Gul'dan. That's going to be the minus armor as well from the Haunt, but the Wandering Kick from Chen creates a space to stay a while and listen with the Respect the Elderly, and that will be Murden taking down reset for the Li Ming. That is also going to be Ancestral self-cast on the Rhaegar, and he does not get the Farseer's secondary trigger. Tracer taken down by Sergeant Hammer, as this is going to be a boss plus the cavalry arriving through top lane. Hammer getting the quadra kill. Can they make the Finland happen? It seems like Ubi is going to try and back away. Divine Steed does not allow them to do so. And will Hammer be able to get the pentakill? Is it going to be Hazuobs with the penta? Ubi is low. Going to get the Divine Steed to back away. A little spray again. A spray over spray. And by the way, the core is currently dying. GG. Well, it is going to be Skibidi Exodia with a 2-0 lead in this best of 7 series as we get ready for a map number 3. Good stuff. Definitely looking a lot more favorable for Skibidi Exodia in this map number 2. But this is where I was saying that I really do feel like the team that's down is going to start rallying. So this is map number 3. Clawy Kittens will definitely be, clawing their way back in. But of course, we're going to go ahead and roll the ads. As I've been saying throughout the day, if you would like to support the stream, if you're enjoying yourself, if you're like, man, this casting is great, I hope it continues happening, be sure to consider subscribing. If you'd like to give subs and help us hit our sub goal, that is also appreciated. Your support allows us to bring you these casting commentary casting days, and all this fun commentary. And if you happen to work for Blizzard, you should hire me for BlizzCon, because I like the game a lot, and I'm good at casting it. Thanks.
Welcome.
Thank you, Nika. Alrighty. Sorry, at this point, I'm basically putting my hands underneath my thighs because my hands are so cold. I have sweats, a blanket. This t-shirt is like paper thin, so my upper body is freezing. But my lower body's nice and warm. Alrighty, add button go. Let's pay out the correct gamble as it's Skibidi Exodia. We have the score to
Way to go, dude!
What? Mudfly, thank you for the 5 tier 1 gifted subs. Thank you so very much. If you got a gifted sub from Mudfly, be sure to thank them. If you got dodged, get frickin' dodged. Ha ha ha. Thank you so very much, Mudfly. That's very generous of you. Thank you, bud. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really do appreciate that. It means a lot. Alright, so it is a 2-0 lead in the best of 7. For the side of Skibidi Exodia. Obviously, you need a score of 4 to win in a best of 7. Wear a muscle costume under the shirt, in your opinion? I do have... What are they called? Oh, there's a name for them. It's not zoot suit. There's a name for it where it's like the muscle thing. What is that name? It's on the tip of my tongue. What is the name for a muscle... muscle like shirt? Not a sleeveless shirt, like a muscle like padded shirt or something. There's a name for this, and I can't remember what it is. But I have 2 of them. I have 2 of them. I have one that's painted for Falstead, and I have one that's painted for God of War. Because we did a Falstead cosplay, so I had like that like muscle thing. Muscle body. No, there's like a name for it. There's like a weird name for it, and I can't remember what it is. Not a Borat costume, you silly viewer. Looks like Battlefield will be map number 3, by the way, and I think we have the lobby. It's like a goose suit? Is that it? Goose suit? I think, isn't it like a goose suit? Yeah, I think a goose suit, because it's, yeah, it's from I Think You Should Leave. I Think You Should Leave is what I remember it from, a goose suit. And it's those, like, muscly shirts or whatever. Yeah, it's actually, the origin is actually from I Think You Should Leave, so that's what I'm thinking of. But literally, there's a whole, like, there's a whole bit called Bo5s. If you've never seen I Think You Should Leave, you really need to see it. And there's like a whole bit about the goose suit and stuff like that. That's what it's from. That's what it's from. There we go. But yes, if you've never seen I Think You Should Leave, it's on Netflix. It's very funny. It's a sketch show. Some of the sketches are like amazing, and some of them are just like, oh god, when will this end? But I'm a big fan of the show. Tim Robinson and
Once upon a time,
I forget the
deep,
dude's name.
Deep in the jungle, there was a little Indian
Sam
cub,
something.
and he was chugging his way across the enemy line. Chugga 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 toot toot.
Because of the 5 gifted subs, Twitch has decided that this is a hype train. So if you want to take part in the hype train, yeah, there you go. SpongeBob inflatable muscle arms is all you need. I 100% agree with you on that. That's a classic. That's a classic episode. Umber!
Yes!
Congratulations on your watch streak. All right. Players are almost ready. Sam Richardson. Yeah, he's not in like everything, but he's in a decent amount of the sketches. I think he wrote a lot more sketches than he was in, if I'm not mistaken. Because it's him, Tim, and another guy that write things that write it all together. I will also recommend Detroiters. That has a lot more Sam Richardson in it, and Detroiters is really good. I like Detroiters is a really fun one. Is it the Zach guy? Yeah, I think Zach is the one. I think that's the one that I'm thinking of, is because I think the three of them, I think Tim writes, or sorry,
Dude, sucking at something
Sam writes more.
the first step towards being sort of good at something.
Umber,
Choo-choo.
Umber, thank you for the 100 bits in the hype train. Thank you so very much. Appreciate it greatly. But it's also good to see you, Shiny Pants. Hopefully you're having a great Sunday. Good to see all of you. We're just waiting for players to get ready for this map number 3. Yeah, Detroiters is really good. Chair Company was fun. Chair Company was fun. I had a good time with Chair Company. It's a weird one.
Sucking at something is the first step towards being sort of good at something.
We're going off the rails on the hype train.
Oh, classic. Classic Ozzy. Thank you, Kalis, for the 100 bits as well. Oh man, that's one of the concerts that I am like.
Dude, sucking at something is the first step towards being sort of good at something.
More choo-choo.
Freaky, thank you for 100 bits as well. I appreciate that greatly. But I'd say like Black Sabbath with my dad and my brother is probably one of the most like core memory sort of things, because I've seen a lot of concerts with my dad, my brother as well. I'd say like System of a Down is up there as well.
Battlefield of eternity.
Oh, that's awesome, Kalos. That's cool. Let's get into it, everybody! Battlefield of Eternity, as you hear it in the background. We are here ready to go into map number 3. Now, this is where I was saying that the team that's down are going to start rallying, because that's what I want, because I want more maps. So we currently have Skibidi Exodia in the blue. They are up in this best of 7 series, best of 7 grand finals for the Murky Cup. And we will have Clykins on the right. Clykins have opted in for first pick priority as the losing side. And so they will have first pick, first ban. And they will also, and Skibidi Exodia will be choosing the map, choosing Battlefield, obviously. First ban on to Medivh. No Medivh shenanigans on this Battlefield. No Garrosh either. But as I've mentioned, this is the Meta Madness style of draft. So the 20 heroes that have been played on map 1 and 2 are unavailable for the remainder of this series. Bans, of course, don't carry over. In case you might be new to this, I know some of you already know these things, but it's nice to repeat it for those viewers that are maybe a little bit newer to the Meta Madness style of draft, or maybe they haven't been watching the entire tournament, so they missed a little bit here and there, and that's okay. That's absolutely okay. You can always also catch up onto old VODs on my YouTube channel. It's a great place to get yourself some old heroes casting, as we have Tyrael to be removed as well. Tyrael drawing a lot of bans from Clykins throughout the series as well. Man, that is a sentence I just read. Papa Roach played a bit of System of a Down. That is wild that Papa Roach is still around. It's wild. I think I saw like POD was like touring or something too, and I was like, I haven't thought of POD since I was like 12 years old, which would have been like 2001 or 2002. Anyways, Alarak will be banned away. We get a first pick on the Hogger. Hogger's solid here, grabbing camps, wave clear. That's a snap onto Chromie with Johanna. Chromie's scary. Chromie is scary no matter where you see her, and Johanna's not a bad pickup with that as well. Is there any consideration for a variant? Like Shattered Throw is kind of nice into the Johanna. The Lockdown potentially onto Chromie could be really nice with the Taunt. Maybe you look for like a burst, some sort of burst with that as well. We also do have a lot of race heroes already been played. I think Hans has already been played. Li Ming's been played. I was going to say Vala's up and available, and there's going to be Vala with White Mane. Okay, Sally Thigh Mane coming through. Thank you all for the hype train. I appreciate it greatly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mid-ban phase. I could see a legit variant ban here. I think it could be a pretty smart ban. Get rid of that main tank taunt shatter throw potential. Main tank Uther could be pretty solid. You have that stun and you have the follow-up stun to maybe a staggering blow or Rain of Vengeance on a nano boost to be removed. I don't hate that ban at all. What do we want to see with the Chromie, though? Ariel's actually up and available. I don't hate Ariel. Chromie and Johanna, or Chromie's a decent battery for it. You do have Detainment Strike to push back Vala, create some space. Crystal Aegis, or even your Resurrection are both very viable. Solo lane Mal'Ganis is interesting. Malfurion with the Chromies, pretty solid. Innervate value for cooldown reduction on basic abilities, as well as the mana return. Last two picks on the right side. I don't know. I don't know if I like that variant anymore. I don't know what they're going to run here, realistically. White Mane Hogger Vala. It's hard to say. I actually don't know. Oh, I like the Arthas a ton. So it's Hyper Carry Vala. Arthas, I like the Imperious Stab. It's going to be a nice way to punish Mal'Ganis who wants to step up. Last pick here. The race is like non-existent for Skibidi Exodia. Maybe like a Rainer. Maybe just like a Jimmy right-click. Could be a Greymane as well. No, I don't think you want a Greymane into Arthas.
Victory for
Sylvanas is solid, okay. Yeah, the big thing is the Arthas. You have that Frozen Tempest, but Sylvanas is big. I really like the Skibidi Exodia drive with that last pick Sylvanas, but I do think Clawy Kittens can reel it back in. Get your gambles in. You got 5 minutes left. Here we go. Map number 3. Is it going to be a 3-0 lead for Skibidi Exodia in the grand finals of this best of 7, or can Clawy Kittens claw their way back into the series and continue our best of 7 grand finals in the Murky Cup? Happy Sunday, everyone. Thank you for hanging out, and be sure to follow if you're not already. If you're watching over on YouTube, thank you for supporting. If you want to hit subscribe over there, all that good stuff. But thank you for being here. Let's get into it. What is going to be our results? Left side of the map is Skibidi Exodia. You've got your... I'm just going to set up our Sylvanas vision really quickly. We got it. Hunter Orc Malfurion, Dino Sylvanas, Skog Johanna, Bloodcool Mal'Ganis, and Hazuab's Chromie. Right side, in the red, Clawy Kittens, Crankle Arthas, Marina's Vala, Hopaka Imperius, A Vasilio Whitemane, and Ubi Hogger.
The battle begins in 10 seconds.
Will of Trachondrus, Time Walker's Pursuit, Zealous Glare, Unrelenting Torment, and your Emerald Dreams Malfurion.
Let the battle begin.
Frost Presence, you do have your Puncturing Arrow, Impaling Light, Pity the Frail, and a Hogger on the Prowl. Time Walker's Pursuit gets a little bit of vision in lane. Johanna steps up, a spray. Marina's answers back with a Vala spray of their own. Hogger heads to top lane, up against the Mal'Ganis. Solo lane Mal'Ganis is something I was not anticipating, but it does also reduce the tank pull a little bit further. A lot of damage into Hopaka, who's going to try and back away after being rooted. Crankle stepping into the enemies. The Celestial Charge misses. We do have those little marks underneath Crankle. Those signify Sylvanas' 3 Banshee Curse marks. As Hazuabs and friends take down the Vala First Blood. As Dino chases in. Already up to 37 stacks on the Black Arrows. Way back into the way, possession onto one of the range minions. A Howling Blast picks up a 2nd stack for Arthas. 15 stacks gives you the 20% range increase with a route along the path, and 30 stacks give you a 50% slow for the Death Coil for 1.25 seconds. Condemn from Johanna pulls in a couple of enemies. That's going to be another route from Malfurion connecting onto Hopaka, but this Imperius will not be taken down. Vala trying to get wave clear, keep that hatred going, and maybe get a stack or 2 more on that level 1 Puncturing Arrow. I want to take a look in top lane, but I feel like there's a kill that's about to be achieved in bottom. Just want to see how things are going between Ubi and Bloodpool. Looks like Hogger has some really good control. Night Rush coming out, that creates space for your Mal'Ganis to back away. Celestial Charge lands on a Malfurion. Hunter Orc is low and taken down by Arthas. Frozen Tempest active. Skog slowed. Celestial Charge again coming through, and that is going to be Skog rooted. Will they be booted? Absolutely. Vala gets the kill. And a bit of a clapback from the side of Clawy Kittens, as they will have to recall here. Hazu might try and delay, and that is going to be a nice read from White Mane. Right side camp is going to be started as we have the announcement of the objective very soon. Hogger rotates in just to help out. Hopaka might need to go reset really quickly, and Hogger will finish this out with a itty-bitty bounce. Left side camp also being worked on by Skibidi Exodia here. Haunting arrows for Sylvanas at level 4 is a big thing to mention. She will have that ability to shut down structures and minions. 90-second cooldown. You also can further reduce that cooldown, or reduce the cooldown faster by attacking structures. Chromie with the Adhoral Anomaly, usually proper greeting level 5 or 7. She's got that. Shattered Armor was picked up by the Arthas at level 4. Imperius in bottom lane trying to clear the wave, force back Johanna a little bit. Top lane wave being pushed up. As the Night Rush does put Vala to sleep, the Emerald Dreams follows it up. Arthas just below to help out. Howling Blast on a Skog. Interrupted by an Iron Skin from Johanna. Imperius still clearing out bottom lane. He's probably close to being done, but the enemy team's going to step up and get some race. Howling Blast misses. Mal'Ganis coming through with the Fell Claws into a Night Rush, pushed to the side by a staggering blow of Hogger. Sylvanas gets the Haunting Wave over the wall. Time Trap set up in bush. Imperius is here. He'll land the Celestial Charge into the Malfurion once again, as Mal'Ganis is going to create some pressure elsewhere. Actually, Mal'Ganis might be taken down by the Imperius and the Arthas, but the Night Rush creates the space needed. No one racing on the south side of the map for Clawy Kittens, as our Twitch Gamble closes out in 5 seconds. Be a route down onto the Arthas as I took a sip of tea, and he will be taken down by this Sylvanas. And our Immortals will be swapping sides. East-west race sides. Vala taps well, clears out the bottom lane wave, but this is going to be your first objective over to the side of Skibidi Exodia. It's going to be heading into, I believe, the top lane, as that is got more health, and Vala going to just try and help out a little bit here. Does have that repeating arrow level 4, avoids the Angelic Slam. Get the Immortal down to about half health. Staggering Blow misses. Fell Claws are coming through, but Hogger has the Hog Wild. Celestial Charge misses. As Arthas is back with the allies. Hunter Orc resetting for full mana, as the Immortal, as I mentioned, heads into top lane. 7 talents here on the left-hand side as well. No Black Claws for the Mal'Ganis. They'll be going into that Fueled by Torment, for the Necrotic Brace now slows enemies by 25% for 3 seconds, as the Mal'Ganis will be caught out by the Arthas in the rotation up to top lane. Did not think that was going to be the case, but I like Clawy Kittens playing that a little aggressive. Get some experience, weaken the siege potential, and it does look like not a lot of siege will be coming through outside of the Immortal and the minion wave. Hogger and Johanna in bottom lane trading back and forth. There is going to be a Dino showing up. Hogger will activate Hog Wild, and he is going to bounce to safety. Actually cancels it, maybe looking to rotate back down into bottom lane. Easy throw Dynamite into the bush to interrupt Scope. Obviously, Ubi doesn't know this. Hog Wild to safety again. Sylvanas chases in. Shield Glare does not take down the Knoll. Next objective around 7 minutes in game time, if I'm not mistaken. And until then, we've got our 10 talent tiers coming up soon. Get your eyes on those stats at the bottom of the screen, and we'll see what our 10s are going to be. But I don't expect it to be anything like crazy flashy. The only thing I'm not sure of what Krankle wants to do with Arthas. Is it going to be Sindragosa, or will it be Army of the Dead? Because I could really see it be either avenue. I personally like Sindragosa a lot, but I definitely can see the value of Army of the Dead as well. And there was some changes on the charge cool, or the way it works, as it now has an 18-second cooldown per charge. And also you get further reduction on that from minion deaths, and heroic deaths are significant. I think it's a 6-second cooldown. Celestial Charge into the bush, finds the Johanna, she pops Iron Skin. Arthas on the left-hand side being marked by the Sylvanas, trying to body block onto Hunter Orc. There's going to be a Nature's Cure activated to try and further get away from that slow. The staggering blow, the easy throw Dynamite does find the kill, and that will be Hogger taken down. Sorry, Malfurion taken down by Hogger. Celestial Charge goes in. Vala picked up by Chromie in the bottom lane, as they had a little 1v1 action going over there. But it looks like Chromie was significantly healthier at the end of that. Hazu coming on top of that engagement, as well as probably having the slowing sands for it, as we do have a Sylvanas bashed into the wall. Hogger bounces to safety. Night Rush from Mal'Ganis onto 2. And 3 to 5 in kills as the heroics are coming through. Chromie obviously getting her slowing sands early. She's got the Adhoral Anomaly for the extra time traps, which will tank tower shots here. Arthas heading into bottom lane. Hogger with a vertical bounce in top lane will grab this camp, but it is Shockwave, Scarlet Aegis, Sindragosa, Slowing Sands, Blessed Shield, Tranquility. You do have your Sky suplex for the Imperious, as well as strafe for Vala, her spinny shooty shot, a Mal'Ganis carrying Swarm. And Sylvanas still holding, she's gonna go Wailing Arrow, no mind control. Calmy being run up by Crankle has got 10 baseline stacks on Frostmourne Hunger. Is Whitemane gonna get the intercession trigger? So we'll see Wrath of Angiris maybe activated here onto the Johanna. There's a stun from the Immortal that followed up the Celestial Charge. She pops the Iron Skin, slowing Sands. Wrath of Angiris to get out of that, and the Iron Skin expires. The Celestial Charge lands, but the Wailing Arrow comes through. The Scarlet Aegis from Whitemane to heal up and give some armor as the Mal'Ganis does get his carry and Swarm. The Immortals will swap to north-south positioning, and the race looks pretty good for Clawy Kittens. Marianne's with 19 stacks, 14 for the Arthas, by the way. Did go Icebound 42, level 7. Big slowing sand setup for the Chromie, and that's Vala as well as Arthas taken down. A nice snipe. And a double kill gets picked up by Skibidi Exodia, and that's probably going to be the Immortal over them. This is Dino still pushing top lane, by the way, and might try and take down the fort with the minion wave with Black Arrows as well. Also try and get more baseline stacks. Imperious and Whitemane do head up from top lane, so this fort will be around 50%. Haunting wave from Dino. Even less than 50%, my gosh, down to about a quarter of his health as the race is still being had by Chromie, Sylvanas, and Johanna. Mal'Ganis zoning around at their own Immortal, just in case there was like a step up from Hogger or something, but Hogger's going to be seen in bottom lane, currently working on the wave.
Victory through righteousness.
Yeah, Vala literally disappeared. Yeah. Alrighty, so Mal'Ganis and Hogger top lane.
I will cleanse this
We'll
land.
keep our eyes focused on bottom. By the way, Mal'Ganis 19 stacks on Will of Conjure. He actually just finishes it out right now. He can overstack on that for more damage, but now he has a increased stun on the final slash. It's now a 1.5 second stun and a 4% lifesteal. As the Howling Blast from Arthas is going to be thrown back into the enemy team. And this is Wrath of Angiris pulling Jahan out of position, or at least pulling her near the enemy team. Celestial Charge chases on to this Mal'Ganis. He pops the carrion swarm. And the Immortal still sieging onto Keep Gate. We do have a very low Vala trying to back away. The Scarlet Aegis from Whitemane is activated, but Malfurion finds the kill. That is going to be Johanna traded, though. 6 to 6 in kills overall as the Immortal will be taken down by the core of the heap shots. Next one around 12 minutes in game time. But this Keep Gate has been opened up, and it is still 2 forts. Actually, we still have the top lane fort, albeit like 25% health, but only one major structure to be taken down so far. Periodic catapult pressure in this bottom lane. No subdone for the Johanna. 217 stacks for this Sylvanas. 22 for the Vala. 21 of 30 for the Arthas, and 11 baseline stacks for him as well, as we do have this rotation to top lane. Camp from Clawy Kittens. We do have that death chill for the Arthas as well. Siege camp is grabbed for top lane. All right. Multi-shot fires out. Chromie's going to get her level 16 with the fast forward. And as I said, the Immortals are close to 12 minutes in game time, if I'm not mistaken, so there's probably going to be an announcement fairly soon for the next objective phasing. Relatively low cooldown from when the Immortal goes down to the next announcement. A little bit of pressure in top lane, onto the wave, just trying to step this up a little bit, maybe take down the fort. Doesn't seem like that'll be happening. Possession from Sylvanas just to bolster the wave a little bit, but Vala is going to be able to get the clear onto this, and there's the Immortal announcement. Chromie throws down a few Dragon Breaths. The Timewalk's Pursuit will scout Holpaka in the corridor above, and there's a little red reticle for a few seconds over their head, but the top lane fort does go down. Right side camp, Fallen Shaman being worked on. Left side as well, a little bit later on that timing, so this might be initial race in favor of Clawy Kittens. I thought they were going to step up for a fight onto that camp, but unable to step in quick enough to maybe invade. Alright, Vala gets 2 Hungering Arrows out. That's going to be Imperious with his Molten Armor activated. Tries to get out with Wrath of Angiris, but gets slept. There's going to be a cleanse from the Whitemane intercession. The Blind as a Bat from Mal'Ganis. Or sorry, no, that was just Fellclaws. No Blind as a Bat level 16 yet. Syndragosa being summoned by the Arthas as well. Might have gone the wrong direction there. As we do have a Celestial Charge, Vala gets taken down, but Scope falls as well. The Wrath of Angiers does find the Malfurion, pulling them right into the staggering blow of Hogger. Arthas is going to try and smack and get the kill, and they will be able to run down Malfurion. 3-1 in kills. Fallen Shaman bottom lane pushing up, top lane onto this fort as well. As the main race hero, Vala, dead for the next 14 seconds. Mal'Ganis up in 5, 17 Johanna, 24 Malfurion. And Imperius looks to pressure further onto Sylvanas here in the top lane as they chase in. They want to get the Dino kill. Howling Blast anticipating Dino to go left. Crankle, I think, waiting for that Haunting Wave. Basilia's going to be right there, trying to get a little Giggle Beam, some auto attacks here and there, but I think Dino gets out alive. Howling Blast goes out. Mal'Ganis steps up with some Fell Claws. And a Night Rush. Vala's back. Race has begun. Johanna getting a few autos here and there with her Flail. Clemency from Whitemane onto Crankle, who looks like he's going to go tap well. And the Immortal goes into a new positioning. 16 up on both sides. There's that blind as a bat for Mal'Ganis. You do also have the Evasive Fire for Sylvanas with the Lifesteal, sorry, the Remorseless at level 13. There's going to be your Evasive Fire 16. Imperius does go into the Valorous Pursuit for the little teleport. Anti-Magic Shell. Manticore for Vala is a big one. So long as she doesn't get taken down immediately in the fight, because that has been happening quite a bit. No flame to the player, but just that seems to be a bit of the tactic for Skibidi Exodia. I mean, obviously you take out the Hyper Carry, there's no Hyper Carry. Sylvanas is getting this Immortal dropped pretty low. Imperius is looking for the Celestial Charge over the wall on the left-hand side of your screen. Vala steps up with the Strafe, the Bless Shield coming out. The Cinder Ghost is summoned by the Arthas as well. It'll fly on by as we do have Ubi inside of the Slowing Sands. He's going to be caught by that Immortal Stun, and the Fell Claws from Mal'Ganis will be utilized with that blind as a bat, and that is a rough moment for the side of Clawy Kittens. So they do try and fight around this Immortal. Howling Blast has been completed at level 1. As Mal'Ganis comes through with a few Fell Claws, the Carrion Swarm onto Vala. She'll be taken down by Chromie. Whitemane did pop Scarlet Aegis, but that is going to be another Immortal. This will be heading into the top lane in favor of Skibidi Exodia, but they're going to make the rotation into bottom lane, and they're going to find a kill into Whitemane, as well as into Imperius. And now Arthas, the last defender, trying to back away. Sylvanas has the Haunting Arrows. She's going to activate those. And it looks like Skibidi Exodia are going to be advancing into core, trying to take this map number 3 at 15 minutes. And put themselves on the precipice of victory for this best of 7 grand finals. Blind as a bat, Mal'Ganis trying to get the hits onto Crankle, who is inside that Slowing Sands. Chromie did go in the Unraveling, level 20 or 18. Bless Shield immediately ripped into the ball as she comes out of the Hall of Storm. She'll be taken down by Sylvanas. That is going to be Ubi a little bit low. And no Finland in this one, but that is a fairly dominant game from Skibidi Exodia. GG, well played. One map away from a 4-0 victory for the side of Skibidi Exodia. And the Clawy Kittens, this is the time. You gotta, you know, as they say, that you gotta pull out all the stops. You gotta bring your A game to this final map, or what could be your final map. But as we used to say in CCL, like, this is one of those moments where as a team, you don't look at it as, oh my god, we're about to be, we're about to lose and take second place. You just gotta look at it as, okay, this is another map. It's just another map. It's not tournament life, it's not second place life or whatever, it is just another map. You just gotta play it one map at a time. So, we'll see if Clawy Kittens can keep the mentals level and fight back against Skibidi Exodia, or will Skibidi Exodia 4-0 and disappoint all of us with a quick grand finals? Let's find out together. Ads are coming your way. That is, that's unfortunate. I really hope this series goes a little bit longer, because I'd like more games, personally. I'd like to see a Game 7 in all of this with the chaotic nature of 60 heroes being banned away, but either way, Skibidi Exodia wins map number 3, and we could be the final map of the day. We're going to find out where we're going to. Ads are out for those that watch ads. There we go. So what is our map 4 going to be? What do they want to consider here? Braxis is up, Cursed Hollow's up, Dragonshire, Garden, Haunted Mines, Sky Temple, Tomb of Spider Queen, and Towers of Doom. It is going to be the members of Clawy Kittens opting in for the first pick priority as the losing side. So we'll see what our map 4 will be. Pretty good back and forth, but all in all, as I keep saying, Clawy Kittens just, they have some of these moments where it's like, oh man, they're going to get this. Oh, they have control. You know, it does feel like they have moments of shining, or like where they can turn things around, but then, nah. Skibidi Exodia, shutting it down so consistently. Alrighty, ads will finish out soon. We have one more snooze button available, just in case we need it. If Skibidi Exodia is picking map, you bet it's Towers of Doom. You bet wrong. I was literally about to I was going to say something else, but it's going to be Dragonshire. Dragonshire will be the next map here. And I see the lobby is ready to go. While this lobby is kicking off, I'm going to run to the bathroom really quickly and grab myself a glass of water in hopes that this series does keep going. So I'll be right back. Alright, we have got our lobby ready to go. Oh, Umber, what the heck? Umber, what the heck? Oh my gosh, Umber, thank you for the 5 tier 1 gifted subs. Holy Jesus, thank you, bud. I hope the alert went off. Thank you so very much. If you got a gifted sub from Umber, welcome to the Bo5s. If you did not, get dodged, fool. How long does snoozing ads work for? 5 minutes. You get 3 5-minute snoozes for every hour of ads you run. And so whenever I hit 3, I always hit the button once so that another one generates. Because I believe the generation starts when you hit the button or something like that, so either way. But yeah, I always try and I do my best to manage ads because I know not everyone can subscribe, not everyone has the available funds. I get it. So I do my best to manage ads, especially on casting days. On days when I'm playing like Elden Ring and Kingdom Hearts, Resident Evil, whatever, our variety day, I don't really manage ads then. If I get up to go to the bathroom, I'll usually like hit the ad button at that point, but I'm not actively trying to manage the ads on those days. Yeah, absolutely, Ouija. Yeah. And it depends on also like the not for the snooze, but for the ad blockages, it also depends on how many how many minutes you set up for. Like mine is set up for I have to run 6 minutes of ads per hour. I can go more, I could go less, but 6 minute kind of feels like that sweet spot where it's not so punitive to the people that can't sub, and it also allows us to manage things pretty well. So I think 6 minutes is kind of the sweet spot. As I said, I could do more, but I feel like that's just, I feel like that kind of punishes people who can't subscribe, and I really don't want to run 8-9 plus minute ads per hour. I really don't want to do that. That's way too intrusive. So I know ads are a pain, but I do my best to manage them because as I said, I do my best to make sure that everyone can enjoy the games. We're not here, well, obviously streaming is how I pay my bills, but also we're not here to be an ad channel. We're here to enjoy the best MOBA ever made and get hired for BlizzCon 2026. You love the Hawaiian shirt? It is the standard in our channel for grand final days. Anytime there's a grand final for a Heroes of Storm tournament, I like to wear a Hawaiian shirt. I actually need to buy more. I really should buy more because I have 2 of them, and this is the one that I typically go with. I should wear the other one more often, but yeah. Yeah, this is our sort of like shenanigan for the finals day. I always think it's fun to just have the Hawaiian shirt. I will say this, it is freezing. My upper body is so cold. I keep sitting on my hands in between the games because this shirt is like paper thin, and the house is currently 61 degrees 61 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, the readies are out. Let's get into it, everyone. Here we go. Could be the final map of this tournament. I hope it's not. I hope we have a rally, and yeah. The Murky Cup is finally ending. It's only been going for like a month and a half, I think. Nations Cup was 3 months. Nations Cup was 3 months. Did that start in HCC or does it go further back? No, CCL. I thought it would be really... Well, during CCL, when we were going to have the LAN, I literally... Transition over here. I had plans with Grubby. Like, when they announced the LAN, I was like, Grubby. Like, I messaged him adjusting. I was like, we should wear Hawaiian shirts at the event for, like, the grand finals and stuff. And they were all like, yeah, that'd be really fun. And then, of course, when CCL LAN got canceled... Grubby and I was like, Grubby, do you still want to do the Hawaiian shirt thing? And he's like, yeah. So it just became a thing in CCL that I started. And then I literally, during Nations Cup 3 years ago in Germany, before we all went, we had a group chat, and I was like, hey, I have these Hawaiian shirts. We should wear we should get like Haldor and me, or me and Trick to wear them. Like, I have 2 of these that are exactly the same. We should do that. And they immediately said no. I still brought the shirts. I showed up to the day 0 before the event started, and I literally had it in my bag. Rob Paris was like, we were just like sitting around. I brought it up and I showed it to him, and Rob literally like pushed for it. Yeah. Trixler also, I think, tried to claim that he was the one that thought of that, which is weird to me. But anyways, let's get into it. On the left-hand side, it's going to be Skibbity Exodia with a score of 3 in this best of 7 grand finals. We're going to Dragonshire for map number 4 in the best of 7. As Medivh and Vikings will be banned, a Alarak will be removed as well. Now that we're here in Dragonshire, 30 heroes are unavailable, 34 because of the bans at the top of the screen, but of course those don't carry over, and fingers crossed we're going to be heading into a map number 5 when Clawy Kittens wins this, right? Thrall to be removed. So, Clawy Kittens with a first pick in this map number 4, what are they going to be prioritizing? What do they want to go for early on? Rexar Misha for solo lane is definitely something that we could see. The tank pool is getting pretty thin as well. Garrosh is up, and they're immediately going to go for that. Okay. I thought it was a reference to when Dread did it once. Nope. Your perception of time is skewed because no, yeah, it was Nations Cup was basically was what? February. No, it was like March, April, May, I think was like Nations Cup, something like that.
Reckoning is at hand.
Garrosh will be first picked on the right side. We do have a Lucio Tyrael for Skibidi Exodia. What is the Garrosh game plan? What do they want to do with this? Is it going to be a single target deletion sort of thing? You know, they just have Garrosh run at them. Do we consider a Zarya for that movement speed? If a Zarya is considered, then that would be basically a hyper carry direction. Tyrael Lucio, good mobility on the left-hand side. More mobility on the right as we do get a Genji Karazim. Okay. What do we want to see ban, though? Maybe a solo lane ban here? Maybe get rid of that Rexar, unless the members of Skibidi Exodia want to grab it. Hazu has played Rexar in solo lane in the past. We do kind of have Hazu and Bloodcool here and there, swapping roles. But Hazu's mostly been, you know, he's been on his flex role. He's been mostly doing assassins throughout today. Abathur ban. I was actually kind of thinking Skibidi Exodia might lean into that Abathur because they do like their Abathur quite a bit, but it's not going to be the case. I honestly could see a Zagara or a Phoenix ban. Back in CCL days, Dino liked to run Phoenix on Dragonshire specifically, so we could see a Phoenix pickup for them. Also, Zagara. This is one of the maps where Zagara does get played a lot in the bottom lane, kind of becoming a solo lane for her in a sense. Junkrat will be removed. I don't hate that. His displacement, the steel traps in the bush are kind of are quite annoying as well. Another hero that can force out like Indomitable and stuff like that from Garrosh. I feel like Karazim's gonna go like full dash at, you know, like blinding speed at 7. You're also gonna be having your cleansing touch at 16, I think. So I think that's what we're gonna be seeing for Karazim. Just to have more opportunities. There's going to be that Rexar, and Dino does get the Cassia, which is another common pickup. But we could still see that Phoenix. We could still see that Zagara on the last pick. Last two picks on the right-hand side, though. Garrosh, Karazim, Genji. Lines from Cassia are annoying. Is there any mage they want to consider for this? So it will be Jaina. I like the burst. I like the mobility. It's a pretty good draft from Clawy Kittens. Skibidi Exodia. I think they have just a lot of solid heroes. Lucio Tyrael, Rexar, Cassia. What will this last pick be, though? Do they go into another Bruiser? Do they pick up a Mage with this Cassia? Well, mages are left, honestly. Like, Orpheus up, I'm sure. I honestly thought Kael'thas has already played, but that was actually the first best of 5 of the day. Alright, well, as I said, it could be the final map of the day. Get your predictions in. Let's make it a big one. And, any quarter-milli gamblers in chat? Here we are, Dragonshire, map number 4 in this best of 7 series. The members of Skibidi Exodia looking to close things out in a 4-0 and disappoint us all with a Bloodcool Kael'thas, Skog Tyrael, Dino Cassia, Hazuab's Rexar, Misha played by Misha, and Hunter Orc on the Lucio. Clawy Kittens on the right side is going to be Hopaka Genji, Vasilio Karazim, Marina's Jaina, Krankle Garrosh, and Ubi Leoric. And there is the quarter-milli. I love to see it, Moodier. Thank you, bud.
4, 3,
I love a good quarter-milli gamble. That is the max you're allowed to do for Twitch. Consume Vitality Leoric. We do also have your... sorry, the Hopaka over here is going to be able to Swift Strike to safety with 140 HP. So, oh my god, it just paused my brain there for a second. Unrivaled strength for the Garrosh, Iron Fist Karazim, also your Fingers of Frost and Agile Dismount. Cassia picking up the Lightning Fury. Sorry, the Thunderstrokes for her Lightning Fury. We do have Justice for All, Mana Addict, Bird of Prey, and that is also going to be your Lucio with the Accelerando. Tyrael being thrown around by Garrosh with a little Wrecking Ball. A couple autos from Krankle here and there. Alpaca working on the Siege Giants on the right-hand side. Bruiser Camp on the right and the left will be grabbed a little bit faster for Hazuabs, as he did have a few allies to help out with that. Looks like New York will jump onto this and help out as well. Genji's taking his... he's working through this. Definitely a bit slow for him. As Karazim is going to try and help out Krankle here, who did step up for, I think, like a Bloodthirst, and was unable to get that auto or ability off, and that'll be a kill to Garrosh. First blood to the side of Skibidi Exodia. 343 stacks for this Jaina. Huge of the 30,000. 12,000 for the Ice Block, 30,000 for your Ice Cold.
Capture the shrine. Inherit the Dragon Knight's power.
Dragon Knight available in mid lane. Bloodcool's already here for the channel and will not be interrupted by the Karazim. It's a very early Dragon Knight that has not got a lot of like strength to it. Still 378 damage and structures isn't too bad. Less than 9,000 points of health. A Savage Charge will kick Genji away as Rexar and Misha are being pushed up into a little bit from this Bruiser camp. Let's take a look back into the mid lane as the Dragon Knight is trying to step up. Jaina, I think, is trying to get a little bit of her baseline stacks off the Dragon Knight, and I think also this Bloodcool Kael'thas is also trying to avoid giving that for free. G deflects. Blizzard down from Jaina. Garrosh running at the enemy team. Tyrael thrown to the side, but the Endurance might allow them to teleport. The Savage Charge kicks Garrosh away. Rexar is rotated in from the top lane. Living Bomb applied to Ubi, who hugs the high side of the lane to avoid spreading Living Bomb to any allies. It does get some structure damage, but not really a better place to stand for the York right there, as we do have possible invade onto this camp. Tyrael smites the ground. And Skog is getting chunked by Genji, and they will not get the kill! I thought that deflect had the damage. Gravity Lapse into a Flame Strike, Living Bomb applied, Skog thrown to the side. This is going to be Karazim needing to dash out, and this is going to also be no kill onto Garrosh. We do still have Leoric on this point right now. The retreat ping is called, and Ubi will be taken down. An unfortunate moment where they could have just given the camp and walked away with 4 members alive, as Lucio tries to harass onto this Karazim. Genji deflect once again. The Gravity Lapse Flame Strike misses. And Leoric is going to cheat death. Dino will be that target. Groundbreaker and Drain Hope miss. There's actually Leoric thrown in, but now here comes Rexar. And you do have that Ghastly Reach with the Consume Vitality for Leoric combination. Lucio boombox in the bush. Krankle with 9 HP gets a Bloodthirst. Throws Skog into the tower, but the tower gets taken down, and Cassia gets the kill into Garrosh. Yo, what's up, Sky Pirate? Good to see you. Welcome in. Thanks for the support. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Sunday. And that is Ubi. Boombox from Lucio to tank tower shots, and Ubi is taken down 4-1 in kills as the members of Skibidi Exodia are looking to control this map number 4, and they want this 4-0 victory. They want to shut things down, and they want to be victorious in Murky Cup. As a reminder, next weekend starts the Eternal Conflict Tournament. That is going to be the first 3 Sundays of July, and then the last weekend of July, which I believe is a 25th, 26th is a Saturday, Sunday. That'll be a 2-day for the end of the Eternal Conflict season. So we will not be having Eternal Conflict on Saturdays for 3 weekends, but we still have Sunday games, and Bloodcool will be taken down as the second Dragon Knight was channeled by Dino. Cassia, Ubi a little bit low here. Leoric is going to be taken down. He'll be utilizing trait value as Misha Bear is going to be able to meander out of this engagement. Good to see you, Tonmad. Happy Sunday to you as well, my friend. So we go ahead and rotate through these other stats as we want to see the 10s. Marinas is so very low. The Dragon Knight Savage Charge, and that's a field goal. As Lucio does get taken down by Karazim. But if you do look at the Jaina death recap, it is that Savage Charge overkill. Misha getting punched a little bit. Swift Strike in from Genji. Deflect is triggered, but no autos. The Boar's unleashed by the Rexar. We do have Krankle rotating in. They're going to try and take down Misha for the small amount of experience. And hey, experience is experience in the kill. That was about 200 experience. Actually, less than that. So Misha does count as a quarter kill. We got what? Judgment, Boars, Ball Lightning, and what? If you really want to see a ragdoll, you gotta check that top clip from Nika of Abathur getting launched yesterday. Phoenix Kael'thas, by the way, Lucio's holding. I honestly could see sound barrier. It's probably gonna be high five, but I could absolutely see the sound barrier. Warlord's challenge onto Lucio. He gets taken down. Judgment from Tyrael into Crankle. 7-sided strike. Also activated by the Karasim, and that is going to be Dino picked up on the left side. Garrosh will fall. A very low Jaina falls in that Swift Strike. Wait, they go for the reset. It's a Blood Cool. No! Genji, why? 3-3 in kills right there. 9-6. Warlord's challenge. 7-sided strike. Water Elemental. Entomb. An X strike for the Genji. As Lucio does pick up his high five. York looks to get a nice big skeletal swing onto the wave, but Misha and Rexar still have siege. That is going to be the retreat tower with a couple shots onto Misha. She'll be fine. Leork Wraith walking back into this big skeletal swing again. Drain misses. Lucio. Wall ride, little sound wave onto the Karazim, who dashes in to clear out the wave a little bit faster. Kael'thas left side. Working on this Bruiser Siege Giant camp. 29 stacks for the Cassie on the Thunderstrokes. You do have 14 regeneration globes, about to be 15 off this camp. 17 of the 20 for the Jaina. She caps out at 20. She's also less than 1,000 damage away from getting that ice block, which would be really nice for her. And third Dragonite is available. 13 talents here, though, will be faster on the left-hand side by about a half a level, maybe more. Tyrael, Aldruin's might in. He does go into that Sword of Justice for the double teleport, by the way. Heavy casters for the Lucio. Ball lightning out from Cassie. This is going to be Jaina. She is not going to be able to ice block. She didn't have the damage. She will get it from the water elemental here. Judgment from Tyrael, but 7-sided strike from Karazim will be activated. This is going to be dive underneath the tower. Crankle gets a Warlord's challenge. The Misha will fall. The Entomb from the Leork scope trying to back away, and that is Tyrael taken down, but Leork is the next to go out of this engagement, and the Tyrael trait will take down the fort. We have our Lucio trying to dive onto this Karazim. He's going to just try and punch his way through all of this. Lucio doesn't get the kill, and Lucio is going to be taken down by the Nexus forces. Now Dino trying to back away, and we'll be able to disengage away from Crankle. Actually looking to get control over here. Genji jumps in, a couple body blocks on the Dino. Kael'thas is here. Living Bomb applied to Hopaka. York up in 1. He's going to be in top lane trying to defend against the Hazuab's Rexar Misha push. Hopaka is going to be ignited. And that top lane fort did go down to Rexar and Misha siege. Nicely done. We'll be trying to pressure back onto Hazu, but it's not working out. Crankle. Playing on this low side. Maybe looking for a little bit of anchoring for the allies. Yeah, he's just checking that bush, and now he's going to step up here. Boombox from Lucio scouts Crankle. Jaina, Blizzard, and such. There's going to be a jump over the wall. The ball lightning from Cassie coming up. The Water Elemental summoned as well. Here's a Phoenix down on the ground. Ball lightning expires. Crankle has no target to displace with a Wrecking Ball. The Water Elemental still chasing, trying to get some slows onto the target so Crankle can step up for the displacement, but Garrosh will not be able to do so. Boombox to be cleared out by Garrosh. Actually looks like it's going to be left on a sliver of HP. Wrecking Ball, Groundbreaker, and a scope. The Warlord's challenge, the 7-sided strike. Material's going to be able to jump to the side on that Druid's Might that was thrown just before the 7-sided strike. And it is still 2 forts have been taken down in favor of Skibidi Exodia. Kael'thas at 10 minutes, 8 seconds does have his activation for Arcane Barrier. Jaina at 13,449. Damage of the 30,000 for the Ice Cold, but does have that Ice Block. Ominous Wraith for the Leork, so Royal Focus level 16. We do have that Icy Veins as well for the Jaina. Karazim is also going to pick up his Spirit Shield. Sorry, the Spell Shield. Judgment from Tyrael. Genji gets taken down the left-hand side, and now Misha and friends are still chasing in. The Cassia Fend is good onto Crankle. The Living Bomb is going to be there, and that'll be another kill. Misha charging in, and this is going to be Misha falling, but that is a quadra kill as Leork in top lane is like, team, I was just clearing a wave. What happened? 15 to 8 in kills as the Dragonite will be channeled by Skog. And the bottom lane fort will fall. Skibidi Exodia peeling away the layers of this structure of the tier 1 structures from Clawy Kittens.
I tried to save this realm.
The minion wave will confirm this. Siege Giants for grab. Siege Giants are grab for bottom lane. Dragonite rotating in. If you want some Dragonite stats, don't worry. I got you, chat. It's on the left side of your screen. 621 damage into structures right now as Genji jumps out for a small harassment as a swift strike to safety. Lucio Boombox cleared away by Ubi. A new one placed in the bush, and Ubi and Garrosh will be seen. Wars unleashed by Hazu here. Crankle stepping up. There's going to be an Entomb. Lucio caught inside. The blitzer from Jane is good, and that'll be a kill into Cassie, actually. Warlord Shout will be activated. Garrosh will be taken down. Hazuobs may be picked off by Genji. The X-Strike, the Swift Strike, that is going to be Rexar going down. Leoric Wraithwalking. Skeletal Swing misses. Gravity Lapse. Cleansing Dash from the Karazim. Another Gravity Lapse lands. The Heavy Caster from Lucio push off. And we do have the Swift Strike from Genji. Opaka low is trying to get away from Hunter Orc. And that'll be Lucio unable to confirm the kill. But the keep did go down during all of this. And Siege Giants will be cleared away. Hopaka resetting. 10 to 16 in kills. 18 to 17. The higher numbers favoring Skibidi Exodia.
I have seen enough.
50 stacks for the Cassia. Next Dragonite's around like 14-ish minutes in game time. Feign Death level 16. Ignite as well. The big thing to mention is going to be that Cleansing Touch. Cleansing Touch is going to be really, really good for the Karazim. We did see a couple activations during that last team fight as the left side Bruiser Camp is grabbed for top lane. Bottom lane is up in 34 seconds. Left side Siege Giants are available. Boombox from Lucio Scouts. Genji starting out with some Shurikens. Does have that Shin Gun level 13 for the extra damage. I think this is going to be Tyrael jumping in, but Sword of Justice double back. Throws the smite down the ground. Genji using his Cyber Agility to reset and get more Shurikens, sorry. And they're not going to continue pressuring this. Top lane needs to be cleared out. Bottom lane is starting to stack up a little bit. And yeah, this is Clawy Kittens. Not looking too clawy here. So that's a nice Wrecking Ball to throw back Misha before the charge connects. Crankle able to disengage. Leoric is working on the top lane wave, but 20 talents here is looming. The level lead is still there. 19 to just about 18. More camp and wave pressure for bottom. Lucio with a boombox in the bush. Genji will start working on that really quickly. Couple shurikens on to Misha. And 20 seconds to go for the 4th Dragonite of the map. Siege Giants activate here, but there's not going to be any invade or anything like that. It is Lucio boombox. Tyrael Drune's Might will start into the bush. Genji Jane have the clear for bottom. It does look like that 20 push, or that level 20 push is being called for Skibidi Exodia. You see them playing really safe behind their gates, just waiting for waves to crash in. And then we'll see Misha being utilized to try and get the top channel. Hazu actually has to pull her back to help clear, and also doesn't want to give a quarter free kill over the enemies. Garrosh is going to rotate in for this flank over here. This is going to be Garrosh in a rough position. He pops the Indomitable as the Boars would connect. The Judgment Material lands, and Crankle trying to go for the deep flank, but unfortunately is no Bad Benny. Gravity Lapse and Flame Strike all land onto this Karazim. He'll pop 7-sided Strike, but I think that's an inevitable death for the Karazim. Lucio chasing, Heavy Caster onto the Genji, and the Flame Strike gets the hit. It is also going to be your Burn Flesh for Kale. No, he actually didn't go Burn Flesh, excuse me. I thought that was what the big burst damage was from, but no, he just went into your Sunfire Enchantment. Okay. Dragonite is grabbed by the Tyrael. It starts to make its way into bottom lane. And this might be the beginning of the end with 765 damage in structures, nearly 20,000 points of damage, or 20,000 points of health, and 383 damage standard. 20s here as well with the kill command. You also have your Titans, or sorry, the Rock Stopper, that is going to be Flamethrower, Angel of Justice, and the High 5 Mixing Fire. The Boars unleashed by the Rexar We do have Dragonite slapping away on core. This is going to be the team fight still breaking out below. The Dragonite is currently trying to end as getting more than 5% per auto attack about. Actually looking more closer to 4, but either way, it doesn't matter. Misha and Rexar go down. The Dragonite is still winning. Cassia falls. Jaina's the next Hunter Orc will be picked off, but it is going to be Skog inside the Dragonite, confirming the core. And that is going to be GG's across the board. The members of Skibidi Exodia 4-0 the Clawy Kittens crew for a first place in Murky Cup. Good play, good job. We always wish for more games, but Skibidi Exodia with a 4-0 victory. GG, well played. I want to take this moment to thank all of you for watching this and hanging out with me. I do take Mondays off. Monday's the only day I take off of stream, so I will be missing on that day. Oh, we're 2 subs away from our goal. So I will be off tomorrow, but I will be back on Tuesday. Tuesday, we're going to be doing Heroes Lounge casting. Wednesday, we're starting our first ever playthrough of Final Fantasy VIII. Really, really excited about that one. I have not played Final Fantasy VIII ever. I know, like, relatively nothing about it, so should be a really, really fun time. We'll pay out the Skibidi Exodia believers there. And as I said, that is going to be the end of our stream today. I'm going to look and see if I can get someone to raid you guys on over to. And I'll send you to our lovely friend Grubby. I believe he is literally just going on his stream. So we're going to go ahead and raid on over to him. But I will be back on Tuesday for Heroes Casting. Wednesday is going to be Final Fantasy VIII. Thursday is going to be our more Heroes Casting. Friday, I have Puzzle Game with Day. And then we also have the marbles and stuff. And then Saturday will be whatever I plan on doing. And then Sunday is going to be the start of the Eternal Conflict. So y'all have a great day. Bandit's already out of here. And I hope you all enjoyed yourself here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being awesome. Go right over to Grubby. If you are a Tier 1 sub, copy the first message. If you're Tier 2 or 3, copy the second message as the Bandit emote is a Tier 2 emote. Have a great night. Have a great day. Go right over to Grubby and have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you all bright and early on Tuesday for another week of great streaming. Until then, I've been Bahamut, your second best boy, your favorite North American caster. Have a great night, have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Have a lovely day.